Certifieds, now it's go time. Yes, indeed. Man, they thought all hope was lost that day until they fucked around and found out from FBA they was living good on that Democratic plantation. Now they asses is getting fired all across the nation. They thought they made it to the top of the hill. Now they see they just a bunch of Democratic shills. And them certifieds made it happen in an instant. And now they ass is just a bunch of bums without a biscuit. If you feel me, family, let me get a certified amen. Tupac, let's go.
Kid, what y'all think? If you whatever the fuck you think you are, and until we own some shit, I'ma call it like it is. How you gonna be a man and we starving? Go ahead. You know? And you can walk by 5 different houses, ain't a man in either one of them motherfuckers. How we gonna be a man? How we gonna be African Americans? We out here dying. We thugs and we niggas until we set this shit right. Trust me when I tell you that shit.
Every day, all day, certified way. We in here. Amen to the certifieds. FU to all the COONs. Let's get it in. I seen Kalamazoo, Michigan's in the whole damn building. You know GA's in here. You know the Bay's in here. LA's in here. Let's go to work right now, family. Certified salute to the whole team. I already see Milwaukee step in here. Show you right. I already know. I see you. Let's go to work, family. Arkansas, much love. Columbus, Ohio, much love. Baltimore, be the city, much love. I see Florida and Dallas in the house, represent 2 times. The Boogie Downs in here, represent 2 times. I see Omaha, Nebraska, Florida, Washington, Buffalo, represent another Boogie Down. Augusta's in here, Philly's in here, Watts in here, Denver's in here, Jacksonville, Philadelphia, Dayton, Ohio, Oaktown, let them know. St. Louis, Delaware, represent. Sacramento, Atlanta, Tacoma. Oh, damn, let's see Tacoma. First time representative. I see Columbia, South Carolina, the 803, Brooklyn riding with me, Detroit. I see River Road, Michigan. I see Houston, Texas. I see Miami-Dade, Florida. I see Austin, Texas. Another Austin, Texas. Charleston, the chat is blowing up. Louisiana was happening. Another Dayton, Cincinnati, all damn day. I'm going back to the Natty. Kansas City, Missouri. Got to show up for Kansas City K. I see y'all representing the right way. Virginia in here all day. And I see Arizona, family, and you know we going to represent. And Virginia Beach stepped in right before the door closed. There they go, family. We talking about the door closing, family. The door is slammed shut on everybody and anybody who don't rock with the certified foundational Black American grassroots. But they already know that. Look at the chat. Look at all those beautiful places I just named and how quick they was coming. That's how fast foundational Black Americans is stepping in the building, letting the world be known. Democrats, rap. Republican, rap. Anybody who ain't us, rap. G-check, put them online. There's only 2 checks that matter, y'all. That's that reparations check. That's that G-check. And guess what? FBA, we dishing out both of them. I want y'all to look at the screen behind me, fam. This is what it is. When you stand on certified business, they gonna hate you. Well, guess what? They gonna be some hating MFers then because we gonna give them something to hate. Democrats are running around here talking about it's going to be slavery again, fam. They went from deportation, all the way skipped back to Jim Crow. Then they skipped over the black codes and they went straight up to slavery, fam. So basically, the Democrats are saying if we don't vote for them, then everything bad in the world is going to happen to us. Shit, I'm looking around. I don't see none. I don't see a damn thing because I told y'all it used to be F around and found out. Now these done effed around and they seeing it live in the living color. It's summertime. We got them on that summer jam screen. And family, they talk all that talk about slavery. Why? Because the Democratic shields never left slavery. Foundational Black Americans, we run the yard, we rule the country, and the world belongs to us. Let's go to work. This is what we talking about these Democratic shields. Family, what would happen if somebody thinks about slavery with a certified? How that gonna turn out? Is it going to be World War 18 and we just going to skip over everything? You damn right. But look at these broken shields.
They want us to be slaves. This is real. They wish slavery could come back again. They sit up here and talk about, oh, Iran, they don't care about their citizens. They don't care about their people. You don't give a damn about us either. You're cutting our health care, all of our benefits. We can't vote anymore. You don't give a damn about the population either.
Be aware that the Republicans are putting in place the tools they need to use to bring back slavery here in America. They need to use to bring back slavery here in America, to bring back slavery here in America. They've already created the foundation for it, so be aware.
Conservatives are so upset that they lost the war in 1865 and have been trying for over 160 some odd years to get their slaves back,
Before you know it, you'll be back on the plantation. Before you know it, you'll be back on the plantation.
I mean, the man did.
You ain't never left the plantation. You ain't never left the plantation. Remix. Fam, who they talking to? They talking about themselves. They ain't talking about us. You better take all your Democratic tap dancing, butter biscuit chasing, and stay over there. Because all this slavery gonna happen again. You ain't never left slavery. Yeah, you went from Master's name to the Democratic plantation name. And now the Democratic plantation getting ran out the game. So what you got ain't what we got. You go ahead and try to run that game. I don't care who you are. Democrat, Republican, Green Party, Lavender Party, Burgundy Party, Off-White Party. You go ahead and think that you gonna try to pull some slavery on this era, on this generation. Certified black society. It's gonna end up extra bad for you. Quote it like I spoke it. You may play games with these shills, but these are some shills who can't pay their bills. Certified black society keeping it real. Let's go.
Uplift the band on segregation. Like, at this point, do we really trust him? Do we really trust him? Him signing an executive order to put us back into slavery.
I'm about to lay it down for y'all. What is really going on? How slavery comes back to America.
He's bringing back slavery, guys.
The senators who was having a conversation about bringing back slavery
to make slavery happen again.
To all my black people, man, I was almost brought to tears today. I actually did cry a little bit. Like I said before, they bringing back slavery. Almost brought to tears today. I actually did cry a little bit. Like I said before, they bringing back slavery. It was crazy when I said it, but it's true, bro. They bringing back Jim Crow laws. This shit is true. It's going down. They already took the black vote, bro. They trying to strip everything from us.
Boom. Yeah. If you're scared, go to church. If you afraid, go to church. But your ass better get the hell up out of here. Family, that's the condition of your average, everyday, bootlick Democratic voter. That's the condition of your 92%er. These people literally want slavery. Why do they want slavery, family? One is because they scared as hell. And two, because they willing to be slaves just so they can say, look at the Republicans. Family, this is the mentality of these individuals. You want slavery so you can say, hey, man, we told you about Trump. They're willing to lock themselves up. They're willing to put themselves in shackles because ain't nobody going to do it to us. They're willing to go through slavery so they can get you to save the Democratic plantation. I got an answer for it. You never left slavery because you've been on the Democratic plantation. And when you see foundational Black Americans out here solo dolo living life free and to the maximum, that's why you upset. That's why you mad. And let me put some extras on top of why you mad. You even extra mad now is because foundational Black Americans is out here calling out your slave mentality, your slave life, your slave plantation, your slave master. And when we call all of them out, all of these people start to crash out. And that's what's going on now, fam. It's Jim Crow. It's slavery. And then you turn around and see deportation. Notice this, fam. And let me tell you how strong we are, certified FBA. Just this time last year, they were begging us to save the Mexicans and the illegals. This time now, they're begging us to save their jobs. So it sounds like everybody from Julio Romero Gonzalez all the way up to the Democratic Plantation Shield, they all want FBA to come and save them. But FBA gave them all the same answer. Hell to the no. Save yourself, family. Save your damn self. That's the energy we riding with, fam. We got politicians begging us to save them. I don't know nobody who get that type of treatment. You must be the greatest if politicians are saying, please come and get us. But fam, let me tell you what they better do. They better get up off their knees and they better get their life together. Because when I tell y'all they crashing out, they breaking down, they ain't like us. Oh, I mean that to the maximum. Because all that Democratic shield talk, it don't pay the bills. And fam, when they all get fired, them bills really ain't about to get paid. So basically what I'm trying to tell you is FBA can ruin your life, FBA can ruin your career, FBA can ruin your plantation, and FBA can ruin your shackles. You better go get a refund, one and done. Look at this, fam. This was the main one talking about it. This woman says we need to invest in cotton. I ain't lying. She says we need to invest in cotton just in case Donald Trump makes us slaves again. You can't make this tap dancing up, but it's happening.
I mean, the man did uplift the ban on segregation. Like, at this point, do we really trust him? Do we really trust him? No. Y'all can trust him if y'all want to, but I don't trust him as far as I can see him. And baby, these eyes, as big as my eyes is, I've been known to see a lot. But baby, I don't trust that one as far as I can see him. Okay? Matter of fact, let me put my glasses on because the way things going these days, baby, I got to keep my eyes open. I got to be alert at all times. You know what I was thinking? I was thinking on my way.
Damn, I was thinking I ain't never heard nobody admit their eyes is bucking. Fam, did she just admit her eyes are bucking? My eye bucking now. Boy, I get to bucking them eyes now. When them eyes get to bucking, I get to running. Fam, they out here admitting that they eyes bucking. This is a whole new COON. Fam, we got to get rid of the old ones. They done ushered in a whole new era of petrified, scared, broke down, eye-bucking admitters. I ain't never seen it. But guess what Black Alpha says? Guess what Certified Black Society says? We say, don't save dems. They don't want to be saved. Don't save dems. Ain't saving their ass anyway. Let's go.
Hey, home, I was like, you know what? Since this idiot done signed executive order to bring back segregation, we might want to heavily think about stop buying cotton products.
What?
Yeah, we might want to think about that. Reason being is because if we stop buying cotton products now, maybe they won't have a need for cotton, because I can definitely see him signing an executive order to put us back into slavery.
No, family, in the award for the biggest eye-bucking COON, the Doc Award goes to this woman. It goes to this lady. It goes to this person. Oh, she done beat them all. Jesse Lee Peterson, Holden, she done beat Clyburn. Somebody get this woman 5 trophies. I done heard it all. You know you done COON to a whole nother level when you start talking like this. We need to buy and invest in cotton so when Donald Trump brings back slavery, we won't have to worry about picking cotton. Hell no. They're scared. There's this. There's tap dancing. There's this. There's butter biscuits and eye bucking. And then there's her.
Need for cotton, because I can definitely see him signing an executive order to put us back into slavery. I can definitely see that coming. And baby, if we go ahead right now and stop buying all cotton products, maybe they won't have a need for cotton, and we won't have to go back to picking cotton again.
Oh.
I'm just saying. Ha ha. Ha ha. For my movie lovers, y'all know where I got that from.
Yeah, it's called Roots. That's what it's called. It's called 30 Years a Slave. That's what it's called. It's called Your Mama in Chains. That's what it is. That's the movie. Boy, she was trying to get deep, wasn't she? She was in that thing talking about, if we get cotton today, then tomorrow when the sun comes up, you won't really understand the investment. And then when the slavery is over, then we could take the money we made by being slaves and we can put it right back into rebuilding the plantation and putting more food and rebuilding Roland Martin's refrigerator. Fam, I done heard it all, done seen it all. But we got all of the clout. That's the thing, family. Foundational Black Americans got it all. We got all the energy. I was telling everybody that they running around here talking about slavery. I had somebody hit me up earlier and say, who talking about slavery? Voila, there the hell you go. These Democrats are really out here talking about slavery because remember, y'all, Black American pain and suffering is no more than a political prop for these individuals to garner votes for their plantation. They use our pain to get votes so they can write laws for everybody except us. It was the same way that Black Americans built this country and they use that wealth for everybody except us. Only difference is certified FBA done entered the chat. And when we enter the chat and step up in the building, everything has changed. And that's why everything's changed. You go ahead and talk that slavery talk. You go ahead and this go for everybody. The ones who's talking that scared slavery talk, and then the ones running around here saying that's a good idea. Both of y'all asses will get all the smoke. And it's summertime, so you know we gonna barbecue. Remember that. Remember that and lock the end. And then the $1 million, $1 trillion, $1 billion question comes, y'all. What's gonna happen if you try? You think F around and find out or something? Shit, family, there's a whole nother phrase. I wish you would. Remember that, family, because that's where the Democrats are. Y'all notice this as well? Notice they don't never say Donald Trump's gonna try to do slavery. They say he gonna do slavery. Like it's a foregone conclusion. They just gonna whoop us up. He just gonna win 100%. It ain't ever he gonna try slavery. You notice this, man? It's one thing to say he's gonna try to do slavery. He wants to do slavery. No, they say this is just gonna happen. So basically they saying they gonna get on their They gonna get on their knees with some NUTs and just accept it. Follow my censorship, family, but you know where I'm heading with it, okay? It's going to be a hell of a lot of punk alerts running around here with them. But, first and foremost, certified FBA ain't going for none of that. So remember it, family. Yes, it'll be pull-up season forever trying to play them games. But that's exactly where these individuals are. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have to give me a little censor button. I'm gonna beep every time I say something. Because, family, this is the only language that these people understand. They don't understand anything other than that. They don't understand anything other than FBA putting that foot down and letting them know what time it is, because this is how they feel. This is who they are. This is the type of energy that they've been bringing to the table. And they're really upset now because, fam, this is affecting their pockets. This is affecting everything they do. Now they don't know what to do. Fam, they running around talking this right here. This is what they're talking about. Then they even had the Mayo woman. You saw the Mayo woman? Right there, fam. Make slavery happen. Fam, they not in here talking about it could happen. They in here saying it's going to happen. This is what it is. So this shows you the plight of the Democratic plantation, and it shows you the plight of all of these COONs. Y'all seen dude out there giving that fake ass preacher talk, that fake ass message that he was trying to convey? Family, let's make this clear. FBA ain't going for none of that, because when you look into the streets right now, this is what they doing. Selma has returned, and you ain't seen not near certified there. They singing Negro spirituals, y'all, but ain't got no soul.
Tennessee! Who are we? Tennessee! Who are we? Tennessee! When voting rights are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back! When voting rights are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back!
What?
We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, we shall overcome.
What the hell is this? This the best you got? Democrats, plantation, Shields, this the best you got? Right there, broke down, off singing. This is it. Fam, she thought she was cooking, didn't she? This is sad.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, gonna let you lead. Turn me around, we're gonna keep on walking, yeah. Keep on talking, marching out to freedom land. Ain't gonna let white supremacy turn me around, turn me around, turn me around turn me around.
Stop! Wait. Look at the crowd. Look at this. This is the audience, family. Never let supremacy hold me down. Never again. Man, if you don't get the hell up out of here, please, yes, go back to 1960 and just stay there. Get the hell out our face with this. There you go. And notice something in the crowd, y'all. Something very, very interesting. Damn.
Turn me around and gonna let.
Stop. This woman right there is sleeping. Fam, this woman done fell asleep. I don't know how she can sleep in all that racket. Look, she done crashed out. The woman done fell asleep, y'all. This is what the Democrats got. Y'all better get your game right. You better try harder next time. This ain't gonna float. I know you think you won't. You hope that somehow, some way, we gonna come save you. I'm here to tell you, we not. We not gonna save you because you ain't certified. We not gonna save you because you ain't thorough. We not gonna save you because your ass can't sing neither. If we gonna save somebody, it's gonna be somebody who keeps people awake and folks who can hold a note. You can't do none of them. They out there falling asleep and they still singing. Bad.
Supremacy, turn me around. We're gonna keep on walking. Yeah. Keep on talking. Marching up to freedom land. On the land, march the blackbird. Turn me around. Turn me around. Turn me around. Ain't gonna let.
Look at these Mayo senior citizens. Look at them. This is who you hang with. This the company you keep, Democrats. Nah, we don't want nothing to do with you. Yeah, you ain't like I got the zombies up in here. Nah, I'm cool. Nah, we don't want to be associated with you, fam. Can we just say it? Democrats, y'all corny as hell. We don't want to be associated with you. You too damn corny for our attention. I'm sorry. You ain't fly enough for us. You ain't fly enough. Can we get some Luther Vandross up in there? How about some Chris Brown or something? They out here singing Negro spirituals from 1942 and putting everybody to sleep. Fam, the black lady was sleeping and the W people are awake. What is going on?
Turn me around. We're gonna keep on walking. Yeah. Keep on talking. Yeah. Marching up to freedom land.
Being made. Now that was one for.
They gonna keep on sleeping. That's what they doing. They keep on sleeping. That's the only thing y'all keeping on because you ain't keeping on no business.
For the Father, one for the Son. But the third one is that we gonna vote. Somebody said we gonna vote. We gonna vote like there is no tomorrow. So we want to encourage everyone to check your voter registration. They count on our silence, y'all. But today proves that the devil is a liar. Just look around because the people got something to say. And the people are going to continue to show up. The people are going to continue to fight back. So we're voting.
And the people are going to continue to sleep. Everybody sleep. Your plantation is sleep. You ain't moving the crowd, fam. This is the definition of you can't move the crowd. First off, because they too damn old to move. Arthritis whooping their ass. And two, you're boring, Democrats. You're boring.
Rights are under attack. What are we going to do? Stand up and fight back. I want to hear the people make some noise if you're ready to stand up and fight back.
These maps are racist tools of white supremacy at the behest of the most powerful white supremacist in the United States of America, Donald J. Trump. Memphis is the most beautiful place on the planet. It's the place that raised me, my brothers, my parents, my grandmothers, and where my ancestors' bones rest. And what you are doing today is eviscerating the only black majority congressional district in our state because we are majority black. This is about attacking, targeting, and cracking District 9 into pieces for more political and racial dominance and white supremacy in the state of Tennessee. You put us on cotton plantations and tobacco plantations. You denied our human.
Look how quick he kicked into the accent, y'all. He was talking regular as hell. Then it's how quick the tobacco came through. Yeah, how quick you got on your kneecaps too, partner. We heard word on the street in Tennessee that you got a couple boyfriends. We heard that you was clicked in with the Rolling Society. This is what we heard in the street. Don't hate on me. I'm just reporting the news. Yeah. So look like you've been playing on a couple different teams, ain't you?
Human rights and our right to exist as children of God, and we are still here. You destroyed Tulsa. You killed and lynched black folks on Poplar Tree. Shelby County, Tennessee had the most lynchings of anywhere in this state where you're taking this district, and we are still here. No matter how much you try and break us and make us bend and make us quit, we will still be here.
We're here today once again for a white.
If he don't get the hell up out of here. Hey, you ain't heard one clap in the audience. These two right here are the biggest jokes in the political world. Don't nobody take these people seriously. What the hell, tobacco? The tobacco, yeah, them other sides is talking because black Americans don't talk like that, partner. Lay down. Family, there you go. Oh, man, boy, we come out cooking out the gate, family. Smash the like, but we already in here, 1.5, family. You seen, I done took you down the line already, family, in less than 30 minutes, family. They talking about slavery because they some scared Negroes. They run around here singing Negro spirituals because they some scared Negroes. They talking about tobacco because they some scared Negroes, and they was even out there, family, and they was falling asleep because apparently they some sleepy Negroes. So when you talk about some scared, some Negroes who can't find their way, and when you talk about some tobacco who can't stay awake, that right there is the current state of the Democratic plantation. And family, nobody is on the Democratic plantation other than individuals who ain't got no backbone. It is what it is, fam. It is what it is. And see, what's happening now in America is that certified foundational Black American society. We have created that distinction that I'm always talking about. See, they can't run around here no more and pertain that there's some type of existence between both of us. They can't act like there's a connection anymore. This is why they're really broken, family, because they can't play the false representative of Black America anymore. So now what do you got to do? You got to go do stuff like that. And fam, it's been what, a week? Has it worked? Has anybody said anything? Has anybody said a damn thing? I ain't seen not one person say, hey man, that sounds good. We need to get on board. I ain't, fam. They're not moving the crowd. Look at their own marches and rallies, fam. I'm sorry. In the digital age, you're not moving anybody with a Negro spiritual. No. And family, they sent out even more people. Look at this right here. Fam, when I say they done sent out people, watch this guy. He out here talking, and they're now trying to combine and compare this to everything other than the reality.
All of my life, voting has been a problem with the other side. You're not stopping anything. It doesn't matter what you pass, how you draw maps. You can draw them any way you want to. You cannot stop God's people. Trust me, if you don't ever hear me say anything.
How many claps was that, 2? You ain't hearing nobody clapping.
Trust me, if you don't ever hear me say anything else, you are not doing anything but hurting yourself. You have to live with yourself. And at midnight, when nobody else is in your room but you yourself, you got to live with you. If you can go to sleep, close your eyes and rest that night after doing what you're doing, you do it. But I can tell you this one thing. There's a man that's higher than all of us. And he's looking down on us right now. And you can just remember this. This old black guy told you before he left here, you ain't hurting nobody but yourself. God bless you, and we'll all be.
Why they got this old man out here? I kind of feel sorry for this old man. Fam, y'all get this man an audience or something. Okay, please, somebody get this man an audience or a walker or something. These people are just too outdated. It's not that they're old in age, y'all. It's that they're old in everything. Okay? Nobody's even cheering, y'all. Did you hear that, fam? He like, then you gonna learn today. And nobody's clapping. This is elderly abuse, man.
Now, and you can just remember this. This old black guy told you before he left here, you ain't hurting nobody but yourself. God bless you, and we'll all be okay. All of my life, vote.
And that's been a long time. All of your life, family. Yes, a very long life. Fam, I mean, yo, come on. This is what they doing. This is who they sending out here. Nobody's paying attention. I'm here to go ahead and break down this whole Democratic summer of love or whatever the hell they talking about, freedom summer, whatever they want to call it. It's been a major flop so far, family. It's just not moving the audience. The Republicans are whooping them up. That's between you and the Republicans. Because remember, certified FBA grassroots, we independent. So whatever little beef you got with the Republicans, that's on you. But it's clear they whooping you up right now. No one really gives a damn what you're talking about to us. So the fact that we don't care, you're getting whooped on, you're out there just babbling, I mean, it tells everything, about you. Okay, the couch is whooping on you right now. And family, if you think that's bad, do you know now they're talking about how they need to just leave America? Here you go. You knew it was coming, y'all. All else fails. Here comes the leave America. They say they should succeed from the United States. They want to leave Tennessee now. Look at this, fam. I'm not lying. Here is dinosaur number 35. And he says they should just leave.
And if that is the case, let me make it easier for you. Let Memphis secede from the state of Tennessee. You don't have to redraw maps when you let us out. Let my people go.
What?
And I'm dead ass serious. And if that is the case, let me make it easier for you. Let Memphis secede from the state of Tennessee. You don't have to redraw.
Y'all code in the chat. Y'all in the chat, y'all saying bye. Memphis ain't going nowhere. I bet you go somewhere though, homeboy. T-Rex. Memphis gonna be here. Memphis gonna be in here shining, but you can leave Memphis. He want to take all of Memphis. Memphis is saying, we ain't going with you. Memphis is saying, you can take your own damn self. We gonna be right here in Memphis laughing at your ass when you leave with a butter biscuit in an empty bag.
Maps when you let us out. Let my people go. And I'm dead ass serious. And if that is the case, let me make it easier for—
Oh, wait. Oh, man, this is poetic. I'm loving it. Hold on, freeze, frame. Freeze. Yes, I seen somebody in the chat. They said, this ain't the Civil War. What the hell this dinosaur talking about? Good one, because my very next clip is now they're comparing this to the Civil War. They're saying it's Civil War Part 2. So, fam, Jim Crow, slavery, deportation, leaving Memphis and just going somewhere, just taking Memphis and leaving. And now they're also saying it is a civil war. Shout out to you in the chat because you just threw Black Alpha and alley-oop. I'm about to slam dunk it. Look at this right here. Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. They're also now saying that they should just go ahead and have a civil war. Look at it, y'all. This is it. Civil War talk. Fam, we done went through the whole history book in 5 days.
Equivalent. But Reverend, this is equivalent to a second civil war. To a second civil war. To a second civil war. We're going to have to get our act together.
I told you, fam. They done went down slavery. They done went down leaving Tennessee, deportation, Jim Crow, and now they're trying to evoke the Civil War. Desperation all across the nation. Let's go.
Reverend, this is equivalent to a second civil war. To a second civil war. To a second civil war. We're going to have to get our act together. As everybody's saying, we're going to have to resist with every fiber in our body. We're going to have to take this system on at every election. Equivalent. But Reverend, this is equivalent to a second civil war.
Fam, nah. This party's done. Fam, look at all these folks, man. A second civil war. So, family, not only are we going to get deported and slavery's coming back and there's going to be another civil war, I mean, how about y'all just leave America? How about this, family? Let's just make this clear. Since we live in an America that, by the way, the Democrats never admit is a racist America. Remember, Joe Biden just said a year ago, America was not racist. Kamala Harris said a year ago, America was not racist. So they said America wasn't racist, but now there's going to be a second civil war. There's going to be slavery, and Memphis needs to leave Tennessee and just go to some goddamn other country, I guess. You see, how about this, fam? Since they feel this way about the United States of America, how about the Democrats just leave America? Since America's the worst thing that you've ever seen, it's going to be slavery again, all the names that they call the government, all the bad things they say about the United States, how about you just go then? All right, how about that? Just pack your bags and be the change that you want to see. The Democrats need to just flee America. Just go. You love immigrants so much. Okay, I don't understand how you want to be bringing in immigrants all the time. Think about it, fam. The Democrats want to bring in immigrants every single day by the millions, but yet they tell us America's such a bad country and slavery's coming back. So you want to bring in illegals to our country to take American citizens' jobs, but America's this horrible country where we're going to have slavery again and it's going to be another civil war. How about the Democrats be the change that they want to see and just leave America? You can go ahead and reverse fleet. You can send home all of the illegals and you could just go right with them. So when you see Tom Homan and ICE pull up and snatch up an illegal, how about you volunteer yourself and you get in that ICE van right next to the illegal you love so much and then go? As a matter of fact, remember the Democrats were going down to Nicaragua to go hang out with that Kilmar guy? Remember that, family? So they were already going down there. So just go and leave. Go, bye, just out of here, gone. So think about it. So you can go back to South America and you can stay there and you can go back to the 1960s and stay there because it seems like you don't really like America. You don't like nothing about America right now. Now, I got a sneaky suspicion that if you were in office, you would love America so much. Because you'll notice when there's a Republican in office, Democrats say how racist America is. But when there's a Democrat in office, they tell us how great things have gotten. Because remember, it was Barack Obama that was running around here saying how great America was and slavery was something that we learned from. And the civil rights was something we learned from and racism went away. Remember better racism? I'm here to tell everybody this. The term better racism did not come from Republicans. That came from Democrats. But better racism always goes away whenever there's a Republican in office. Then it just turns into regular racism. So it sounds like you're really just using racism to get votes from black people. And you only talk about racism when you can dump it on a Republican. That's what it sounds like to me. So I say they should all bounce. Let me show y'all even further, fam, what we cooking over here on the Black Alpha Network Certified Black Society, fam. I mean no harm. I promise you I don't. Much love and respect to all the certifieds. But this guy, he breaks the eye bucking record from the girl earlier today. Family, look at this man out here bucking his eyes. Y'all look at this, family. Oh, man. Oh, it's been a lot of things, a lot of moving parts over the last 5 days, my certifieds. And they're all bad, all bad. Look at this right here, family. They done had a press conference with nobody in the audience at a church, and they bucking their eyes. Watch this.
What gave us the Voting Rights Act wasn't the goodness of America. It was the blood, sweat, and tears. People marching. People being brutalized. People even dying. We've already mentioned Congressman John Lewis. Students leaving schools, fighting for democracy. I've done Selma to Montgomery. I've crossed that Edmund Pettus Bridge at least 15 times in my life. I know the importance of the right to vote. I know what influences our democracy more than anything. And so the other day, when the Supreme Court came down with this decision in a 6-3 vote, my cry to my people was, don't panic. When you panic, you make the wrong decision.
Yes, sir.
Don't think that your vote does not count. I don't care what nobody tells you. Don't ever think that my vote does not count.
Fam, you notice that they're not showing anybody listening to them? Are you guys picking up on this, fam? Notice they're not showing the crowd. You notice that, right? There's nobody at this press conference. He's just talking. Fam, there's nobody there. Let's be real, man. You're talking to somebody's iPhone. Let's quit playing. You're talking to somebody's iPhone. Notice, y'all, they're not talking to anybody. They're having invisible press conferences, fam. This is an invisible press conference. There's nobody there. They're not showing the audio. You don't hear no reaction. This is a bunch of old, outdated dinosaurs who got in front of a microphone and just started talking, and you don't see nobody because ain't nobody there the same way don't nobody take them serious. This is just another con game that ain't working. That is the next con game in a long line of con games from these con artists. Very, very outdated con artists.
I stand before you right now and say that we had an election today. A certain man who now sits in the White House will still need 11,780 votes in the state of Georgia. No matter how they crack it, no matter how they pack it, yes, sir. No matter how they gerrymander it, he would still need 11,780 votes. Yes, sir. Your vote.
They need 10 times, 4 times 9 down the vote to the 10 D, y'all. Hey, fam, they gonna tilt teed. They gonna tilt teed 10 times 22 on the third day. Damn.
Vote does count. That's right. In fact, if your vote did not count, they would not have had a decision by the Supreme Court. That's right. They could not do it through normal democratic channels. They could not accomplish this kind of racist act, and that's what it is, through normal channels. They had to go to a body that we allow to be there for life. Perhaps we should look at the Supreme Court. Perhaps it should not be a life sentence. What gave us the Voting Rights Act?
Stop. Man, I hate to go in like this, fam, but they kind of do it to themselves. I mean, D-Zam, let's keep it a real one, right? So time 10, 22, and 29. Somebody in there said he had, what did he say? He had a comb swoop? You ain't even lying, fam. That looked like a 5-cylinder on his head. But, hey, fam, keeping it real all the way live. This is the current state of the Democrats. Notice, fam, you ain't seen nobody young. You ain't seen fam, when I say young, I'm talking about 50. I ain't seen no 50-year-olds, okay? And they're not certified elderly people. You got to remember that, family, okay? It's about the ones who are certified and they not certified, okay? These are the people that are certified elderly folks was riding on. This is why our certified elderly people be like, yo, I'm so glad in this era because I ain't never liked them when we were all young. You got to remember that, fam. Brothers and sisters who were in their 70s and their 80s, they never liked these type of people. Let's get this straight. Whenever you meet a foundational Black American, particularly baby boomer, and they be going in on Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton and all them, fam, they've been clowning them since they was young. And now they see that the whole tide has shifted, so they out there applauding, saying, good, it's about time. And that's the type of energy it is. Because trust me, fam, one day we're going to be old, and we're going to be looking at the young COONs. And we're going to say the same thing that the baby boomers say. We ain't like them then, we don't like them now. Because it ain't about your age, fam, it's about what's up here. And if you ain't right up here, then you ain't right with us. And apparently they ain't right with us, family. So we standing on certified business 10 toes down all the way live, family. Notice the energy though, right? Notice the energy. You can see our energy. You can see our flow. You can see the way we get down. Our whole maneuver is just different. Everything is different. We're not running around here talking about the Civil War. We're not running around here hurt. We're not running around here broken down. And we damn sure ain't in here crying, y'all. Fam, now I got to bring tears into it. Fam, they out here crying. I'm not lying. They're crying. Black Alpha is not lying. They're crying, y'all. So as I recap and I go down the list, family, that is slavery, Jim Crow, deportation, Civil War, Selma, and tears. Family, they are here literally crying. This is what the Democrats are doing right now. This woman is breaking down into tears. Family, do you ever see Republicans crying? Do you? Do you ever see the Republicans crying? Or hell, do you see white Democrats cry? No, you do not. Tears only come from Black Democratic shields because Black Democratic shields can't pay their bills. Watch this.
To have a district, one of the maps looks like we won't have any district. So there's no Black representation. Louisiana is the third Black, and we deserve 2 African American seats in Congress. And I'm upset. I'm upset that the very people who say that they believe in God, the very ones who talk about pro-life, it must be just pro-life for them, because it's damn sure not pro-life for us.
What? No!
They believe in God. The very ones who talk about pro-life, it must be just pro-life for them, because it's damn sure not pro-life for us.
Family, there goes the black political representation. Tears. She out here crying, y'all. Literally crying because things ain't going their damn way. That tells you exactly what you need to know about the Democratic Party. Fam, I still ain't heard tangibles. I still ain't heard reparations. Hell, I ain't seen one simple They ain't talking about jobs. They ain't talking about nothing, fam. They talking about the Civil War. They ain't talking about tangibles. They talking about slavery. They ain't talking about reparations. They're literally crying, but they're not talking about policies. It's always something other than something that they need to deliver for their voters. And that's why we say no tangibles, no vote. Because if you're going to cry about it, I'm not voting for you. If you're going to talk about slavery, I'm not voting for you. If you're going to talk about deportation for Black Americans when we cannot be deported, I'm not voting for you. We made it clear. It's not like we're lying or telling you some riddle. Ain't nothing cryptic about it, y'all. No tangibles, no vote. Go cry about it because you was going to cry any damn way. Because every time you turn on the TV, it's going to be a Democrat crying. I'll give that woman some credit. At least that is a lady crying. I done seen these big grown-ass men crying. I mean, D.L. Hughley done cried. Van Jones cried. If the damn wind blows. You done seen Roland Martin crying. Fam, all they do is cry and don't write no policies. That's all they do. So this is why Black Americans have separated from the Democratic Party, because they're just not healthy for us. The Democrats are not a healthy party for Black Americans, and they don't work for us. And we, as foundational Black Americans, the people who built this country, the taxpaying citizens, we have the right to not vote for them if we choose not to. And that's exactly what a lot of foundational Black Americans in the grassroots are doing. They just are not a healthy party for us. Because you know what? we sit back and we watch Latinos, and they're not crying. We watch white folks, they're not crying. Nobody's crying except for Black Democrats. And as a matter of fact, to up the ante even more, if they're doing all this redistricting and they're taking all these voter rights away, where in the hell are the brown people? Because every time they mention something that benefits Black Americans, they make sure to slip in and brown. If it's something to do with policy, it's Black and brown. If it's something to do with tangibles, it's Black and brown. If it's something as simple as Black Americans getting acknowledged, they say Black and brown. So how come I don't see the and brown out here protesting these voter rights being allegedly stripped away? How come they're not protesting this redistricting? They were very fast to tell us to go protest and stand next to them when they were getting deported. But I don't see the brown community standing next to anything Black. But let me tell you what I do see. I see the brown community doing the same thing that the brown community did during the civil rights era, sitting it out. So that's why when they was getting deported, snatched up and sent back to Latin America, we were sitting it out. So we just going to have a whole sitting it out situation. We're going to have a whole sitting it out finale. And foundational Black Americans, you don't want to go there with us, because I guarantee you ours goes further. I'm wondering where the hell they are. And then on top of that, fam, I don't see any white Democrats out there doing anything either. I don't see none. Where are they? Fam, the only people you see right here crashing out on television and crying are Black Democrats. Because let's be real, a Black Democrat is just a crash out for a W Democrat. That's their only job. Their job is to crash out for policies that W liberals want them to push on to the Black community. This is why I tell everybody, these are Democrats in disguise. And you got to be very careful when you see a Democrat in disguise. What is a Democrat in disguise? A Democrat in disguise is somebody who is really pro-Democrat, but they're in disguise as pro-Black. And they always overemphasize Black phrases, Black terminology, Black vernacular. And they do it in such a false way that it's comical. We laugh at them. They'll have a big ass afro like that Justin guy. Everybody laughs at him. He's a loser. Or they'll run around here and talk jive turkey. No Black Americans have said that in the last 60 years. They'll run around here and try to put up a black fist, but black fist always tilt sideways. Almost like, they got some Skittles in their tank. I'm just keeping it real. You seen it. I seen it. We all see it. Let's be honest, brothers and sisters. Ain't nothing about them certified. and that is a Democrat in disguise. Their job is to force W liberal policies on the Black community. If W women want to have 15 different abortions, their job is to go to Black women and say, hey, that's a Black woman issue. If they want to bring in 50 million illegal immigrants, their job is to go to Black folks and say, hey, it's a Black issue and you might get deported if you don't support it. Now, with this voter districting, this is really them W's losing seats. And now, since the W's may lose the seats, they call up the Black Shields, and the Black Shields say, go out there, and then everybody starts to cry. And fam, these people are nothing more than Democrats in disguise. It is Democrats cloaked in camouflage, pretending to be pro-Black. And it doesn't work no more because certified FBA, we see through them, and we don't put their ass on that big ass Summer Jam screen. And remember, y'all, our Summer Jam screen goes year round. 24/7, 365. Let's go even further, family, as we break it all the way down. These people done send out a lot of people. Oh, yeah, they sending them out. That's one thing they're going to do. And fam, you knew it wouldn't be them sending out their shields unless you've seen somebody very, very zesty, very, very zesty person here, okay? Family, why in the hell did they send out Ricky Smiley? Fam, Ricky Smiley done pulled up. Ricky Smiley done showed up and he said, Black folk, we need to be woke. Because he said he just got off the phone with Roland Martin. Yes. So you had a conversation with Roland Martin and Ricky Smiley. So basically they were talking about hamburgers and Starburst. Pick and choose. Watch this.
Talking to Roland Martin on the phone. And it's saddened. I'm really saddened by this to say this. Black people, we got to wake up. We got to wake up. We don't vote. We didn't show up for Kamala Harris. Only thing they needed was just a little bit more than 10% to doubt Kamala Harris and not show up and vote. If anybody ever watched Roland Martin's show and watched Joy Reid, the numbers don't lie. The numbers are there. You know, it showed a huge drop off. Remember, y'all, Barack Obama won Florida twice. He won Pennsylvania twice. I think he won Ohio once. He won Michigan. Listen.
And you can thank Barack Obama for the reason why Black Americans ain't voting for the Democratic Party. This all started with Obama, because we seen the way that Barack Obama used race to hustle us to give tangibles to everybody except for us. So they're admitting exactly what the problem is, but they won't call it for what it's truly being. Black Americans ain't rocking with the Democrats because we seen the way that y'all are. Now, Ricky, I know you got a dress underneath that shirt you got on, and you probably got some high heels underneath this camera. So let me go ahead and put it to you in a very, very plain way. Certified, foundational Black Americans are not voting for you or anybody who does this. Go ahead and take that lesson there, Ricky Smiley. And get your high heels right too, partner.
We're not turning out. We don't vote. And now that they're doing redistricting, we don't show up in governor's races. We don't show up in mayoral elections. We don't show up in state house elections. We're state senators and state house seats. We don't vote. If I'm not mistaken.
No, because the Black American community has separated from the Democrats. I don't know why they're acting so confused. This isn't complex because we don't believe you. And it is every Black American's right in our own minds to do as we choose. And we let the world know that the Democrats just don't work for us anymore. They don't work for us, really never have. So therefore, now we're just saying what we've always wanted to say, and we're exercising our right to not do so. So you and your punk alert are going to have to understand this. Look how confused this man is. This man is confused that y'all, we just don't show up nowhere. We just don't get it. They keep talking about black folks need to wake up. Maybe black folks are woke up. We woke up to your bull-ish.
Mistaken, I could be wrong. I was watching Roland Martin video. 16% of people in Memphis showed up. 16%. 16%. If you go to Roland Martin, look at Roland Martin's latest video. And I think he was doing a speech in Memphis asking them what happened. All these people, man, if you see what's going on in Mississippi, Alabama, and Tennessee, it's going to get worse. While we out here having a good time, I feel bad about performing tonight. I'm just performing because the show's already booked.
Look at this scared Negro. I just feel scared. I don't even want to go perform tonight. Fam, do you see the world of delusion and misery they live in? They live in a world that we do not live. Fam, it's true. These people are 100% disconnected to us. They out here afraid. We out here happy. They out here petrified. We out here living in joy. What world are they living in?
Lyndon B. Johnson, John F. Kennedy, and Lyndon B. Johnson was in office. The difference what we're facing is Donald Trump is in office. Lyndon B. Johnson, Lyndon B. Johnson was in the White House, and I remember
this man can't even get the name right. Lyndon B. James. Who the hell is that? A principal at a school?
Lyndon B. Johnson, Lyndon B. Johnson was in the White House, and I remember him sending either him or John F. Kennedy sending federal soldiers down for the Freedom Riders to protect them and the kids that was trying to integrate the schools or whatever.
Who cares?
But you got a president that is promoting and will pardon anybody that go to jail for.
Fam, again, what the hell does the 1960s got to do with anything we talking about? Okay, here, fam, Democrats, I'm gonna need you to have a conversation about the state of the black community right now, like today. I don't need to hear about the 60s or the 50s or the 40s. Can you have one conversation and leave out the past with black Americans? We understand exactly what the past is. That's why we always saying cut the check for reparations. It's funny how they can always invoke the past and what black Americans have been through. But when we invoke the past, we're saying give us our reparations for giving the country everything that this country desired. Then they say, well, we don't know about the past. It's funny, they only talk about the past whenever they can get you to vote for them today. But whenever we bring up the past, like building America for reparations, then out of nowhere, they play stupid and dumb. That's what it is. Have a conversation about black jobs right now. Don't talk about black jobs in the 1930s. That was a long time ago. Have a conversation about black Americans who got unalived yesterday, not black folks who got lynched in the 1950s. That was a long time ago, okay? Let's have a conversation about black American wealth and repair in terms of reparations. Don't talk about foundational black Americans in 1972, all right? 1972 is gone. 2026 is here. Stay focused on the now, but you can't do that, can you? Because you're not concerned with black people today. The only thing you care about black Americans today is getting black Americans to vote for you today. Outside of you getting us to vote for you today, you don't give a damn what happens to black Americans. How do I know this? Because when them illegal immigrants come over here and they get behind a car and they unalive a little black girl, you don't ever even bring her up. You don't say her name one damn time. And family, there's been multitude of them. There's been several of them. And I'm still waiting for the Democrats to mention them by name. They never do. Because you're not really concerned with black life today. You're only concerned with bringing up black Americans from the past to scare us to vote for you in the present. So now we're saying we ain't voting for you in the present. We ain't voting for you in the future. And you can keep talking about the past and living in the past and you're going to stay there. And everybody else will be moving on without you. And if you look, fam, us moving on without them is doing us wonders. The Democratic Party is not healthy for black people. I don't know where it's healthy that you're telling people they're going to be slaves again. You got to understand this, family. Foundational Black Americans, us, our lineage, heritage, and culture, we've dealt with so many different things in terms of the oppression and suppression that we faced. You can talk about everything that we've been through. And when you start dealing with our confidence and where we are and how we try to build up, imagine if there's a young Black child who has some type of identity crisis and they've been taught that Black isn't good looking, your hair is bad, your skin is bad. Everything that we've been taught in this system of supremacy that messes with the mind of a Black child. Imagine feeling all of that way and fighting your depression as a Black baby. And then here comes a big grown ass Democrat who tells your 7-year-old, you know, you're about to be in chains, enslaved again, right? You do know you're going to get deported and you ain't going to be around mommy and daddy no more. Fam, they're not healthy for us. They're not good for our mental or physical health. Now, us certifieds, us riders, us revolutionaries and activists, we're good. But there's going to be some young brothers and sisters who are living in this treacherous system of supremacy that don't need nobody telling them that they're about to get enslaved again. Don't need nobody telling them they're going to get deported soon. Don't need nobody telling them they really from Africa. And if you look, the only people who keep saying that are the Democrats. So that's why I tell everybody they are not healthy for us. And apparently the Black American community as a whole has stepped away and separated ourselves from their toxicity, because that's really what they are. They're a toxic party for Black Americans. They do nothing but work as opposition for us while they use our pain and suffering against us. So when you go down the list, it's bad, bad, and worse. So therefore we say, hell no, hell no, hell no. We ain't voting for you. We can't make it any more clear. So when they say things like Black Americans wake up, looks like Black Americans are wide awake and we're more woke than ever. And you don't like the fact that us being awake is us not rocking with you. So you better accept it. I don't know what you don't understand. We are speaking in clear foundational Black American vernacular, proletarian workers language. No means no. Cut the check means cut the check. No tangibles, no vote means no tangibles, no vote. Reparations over everything means reparations over everything. It's getting to the point where we are identifying, you know what the truth is, you just don't want to accept it. Because if you did accept it, you'd have to accept the fact that you are all about to be in the unemployment line. Because if you can't scare Black folks to vote, then you get fired. So your job is really on the line. It's really about you not maintaining your position of being a dictator to our community. And we all know when you can't dictate to the Black community, you lose your favor with the white Democrat community, because that's your only job. How do you know this is your only job? It's because when we look at everybody jumping on tables, we look at people burning things, we look at people marching, all we see are Black-faced Democrats. I don't see Chuck Schumer doing any of this. Hell, I ain't seen him. Where's Elizabeth Warren? I ain't seen her. You never see the W Democrats doing all of this ruckus and making mockeries of themselves. It's only Black Democrats. In my lifetime, when I've seen politicians have sit-ins or marches and get arrested, it's literally always Black folks. Black Americans are the only people who see a Black politician get arrested. We're the only people who see our own politicians that we vote for get arrested. Nobody else has to deal with seeing their own politicians get arrested. I mean, fam, every time you've seen somebody get arrested, it's always a Black Democrat. All the damn time, fam. And it's usually some type of sit-in, some type of civil rights reenactment, where they go there and they sing songs and they dance and then they get arrested so they can relive the civil rights era. How many Black politicians have you seen get arrested reenacting the civil rights era? How many white politicians have you seen get arrested? How many Latino politicians have you seen get arrested? How many Arabic politicians have you seen get arrested? It is nowhere near the same. It's always Black-faced Democrats getting arrested, doing some type of foolery so they can scare Black Americans to vote. And now what we're saying is, we ain't got a problem with it. See, back in the old days, it used to be, y'all quit doing that stuff, come write policies. Now we're saying, just keep on doing it. Keep on doing it. No, go ahead. We're not even asking for policies no more. It's to the point now where Black Americans have taken the position where we're not asking you for policies. We already seen what asking you for policies gets us. You insult us, you cuss us out, you call us all types of insults, you slander us. So now we've got enough information downloaded. We ain't rocking with you. We ain't even asking no more. No reparations, no vote. You did this to you. You made it this way. You are a victim of your own creation. If the Democrats want to be mad at somebody, the Democrats need to be mad at themselves. The person in the mirror is your problem. It ain't Black Americans. Black Americans did everything to get you to write one policy for us, and you said no. Hell, Kamala Harris straight up told you no. Barack Obama straight up told you no. They ain't even say it in a cryptic way. They both said N-O. So now we're saying N-O, meaning no reparations, no vote. How about that one? Matching energy, certified energy goes all the way. Fam, we ain't done. Check this out. Even further, fam, these people are crashing out so damn bad, so bad. And it's a good thing because now everything that they're doing, as I said, it's them doing it on their own. Ain't got nothing to do with us. Go ahead and have a march, have a rally. I want you to have 52 rallies. Yep. And when you get here, we still ain't voting.
This is the real reason why the Supreme Court's decision has Democrats mad. It's because Democrats don't give a fuck about Black people. The only time you hear Democrats talking about Black people is when it pertains to their vote and keeping their vote so Democrats can keep power. They put Black people in these districts. They make sure that they uneducate them. They make sure that they do not provide them with any opportunities. And they make sure that they manufacture poverty in these communities. You're wondering why kids are growing up and then they're inheriting project apartments and no one can get a house. It's because the Democrats make sure whoever lives in these districts, they make sure that the educational system will fail them. They will be unenthusiastic, uneducated, and unprepared to go out there and become anything. And they know this shit for a fact. So they don't care about the Supreme Court's decision. They care about the fact that the Supreme Court ended their rule and monopoly over taking Black people and keeping them poor and stealing their votes in order to keep power. This is the reason why they're mad. Because other than that, you never hear them talk about Black pain, poverty, murder, health, nothing. They don't give a fuck. You only hear them talk about keeping the Black vote.
There they go.
This is the real reason why.
There they go. Can't put it any more clear than that, fam. We're making it clear. We making it clear. See, they can play this game. Okay, let me say this, fam. Okay, Democrats can play this game. They don't understand. They not sure. What's the reason? The reason is nobody likes you. Okay, the reason is nobody trusts you. The reason is that we have delineated and separated from your wactified party. That's what it is. Okay, there you go. There's the answer. You can come up with whatever you want to come up with. You're making excuses. It's Russian bots. You really are having fake accounts ran by all these people. No, it's you. You're the reason. And family, this is what happens when people allowed our lineage to be intertwined with the political party. You never let your lineage become intertwined with the political party. And this is what happened. The Democrats have tangled themselves up into our lineage so much that now they pretend and believe that they're the dictators and the co-sponsors of us. Let me say this. The Democrats are not a family member. The Democrats are not a religion. The Democrats are not a living, breathing human being. And the sad part about it is that every single Democratic shield out here, they prefer a Democratic Party over a living, breathing human being who's Black. Yes. If it came down to that living, breathing human being who's Black or that Democratic Party on paper, they picking the Democratic Party on paper every day of the week. How do you know? Because if that living, breathing human being ever says anything against that Democratic Party, then they snap and start to insult you and call you everything but a child of God. That's what the Democrats do. Democrats love the Democratic Party more than they love Black people. And guess what? Republicans love the Republican Party more than they love Black people. But let me tell you what both of them hate. They hate independent, foundational Black Americans. They can't stand that because we don't get caught up in a gang warfare. See, they've twisted up our lineage so much that now any type of open and honest criticism against the Democrats, it's seen as criticism against the Black community. Criticizing the Democratic Party is not criticizing a Black American. Because we were born Black Americans, we weren't born Democrat. So all those people who got all of that playing in their mind, we done regulated all their asses and now they got a rude awakening. See, we're in a rude awakening era. Everybody who is out here running amok and disrespecting our lineage, heritage, and culture and picking a goddamn party over a human being, now they all getting their day of reckoning. And we don't care how they take it. You can come up with whatever name you want. You can call us anything. You was going to say that stuff any damn way. Problem is we saying it right back to you. Your projection is met with rejection. And we sending it right back to you, partner. Now what? Black Americans have separated, and it feels so good to be back where we belong. Family, this is what I'm talking about. This is the energy that I say that Black Americans have completely canceled. And I hate to go there, but we're going to go there because I love it when we get there. Fam, how many people have seen these black old folks who will fight a black family member over the Democrats? Y'all seen this before? You know that Percy Earl type stuff, fam? Y'all know what I'm talking about with Percy Earl. You know the ones that say, don't you talk about Barack Obama. Don't you say that. Don't you ever say that about Kamala. Them days are over with. The days of somebody thinking they're going to lecture us or check us, we do the checking. The days of you thinking you're going to get loud with us, we going to get loud with you. See, the grassroots ain't playing no more. And they're all getting that dosage that you go F around and find out. And that go for your slave master and that go for your slave partner. But if you got slave on your name, you dealing with the wrong ones. Fam, y'all remember this dude right here? How many of y'all remember this guy? Y'all remember this dude who tried to fight his grandson? This Percy Earl ass man, he tried to fight his grandson over Barack Obama. Y'all watch this if you remember this. Smash the like button. Let's go.
Obama was not crooked. Don't you never let nothing like that come through your mouth. Don't you do that. Okay? Obama was perfect for you.
Barack Obama sent us to war.
Ain't no Barack Obama sent you no war. Stop saying he did not. You see how stupid you is? Ain't no goddamn Barack Obama. God, he did.
What?
Who told you that?
I can Bush started that war. I'm looking at you cold now. Stop being stupid. I don't care.
What the hell? I'm looking at you cold now. What were you looking at him warm a minute ago? What?
I'm looking at you cold now. Stop. I'm looking at you cold now. I'm looking at you cold now. Stop being stupid. I don't care.
But Donald Trump, but look, Donald Trump, they send us to war.
The heavy ain't. He doing it right now.
You show.
Look, let me tell you.
Cause he sent the troops over there, but he ain't sent. But they ain't fighting. Ain't nobody getting
Stop
killed.
arguing with me.
I'm just saying what TV said.
That TV is a lie. Told me what did I tell you? Obama was not crooked. Don't you?
I'm looking at you cold now. He thought that nah. Boy, hey, you know when they start getting mad, every word sounds like an N. Nah. Nah. What the hell do you mean? Okay, he said, Barack Nanama. Kanana Nanaris. Take the N's out, partner. Damn.
But Donald Trump, but look, Donald Trump, they send us to war.
The heavy ain't. He doing it right now.
What?
You show.
Look right now. He doing it 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 right now.
You show.
Look. Let me tell you.
Cause he sent the troops over there, but he ain't sent. But they ain't fighting. Ain't nobody getting killed.
Argue with me.
I'm just saying what TV said.
That TV is a lie. Told me what did I tell you? Obama was not crooked. Don't you never let nothing like that come through your mouth. Don't you do that. Okay? Obama was perfect for you.
Barack Obama sent us to war.
Ain't no Barack Obama sent you no war. Stop saying he did not. You see how stupid you is? Ain't no goddamn Barack Obama. God, he did.
Who told you that?
I can Bush started that war. I'm looking at you cold now. Stop being stupid. I don't care. What you think?
But Donald Trump, but look, Donald Trump, they send us to war.
The heavy ain't.
There ain't that much Democratic shilling on the planet. Man, if you don't take it a step down, Grandpa. Not cold, not. Damn. Family, that right there is exactly what we talking about, fam. These folks is so infected with the Democratic shilling. It's just a political party. It's just a plantation. They make biscuits everywhere. Trust me, you gonna get more biscuits. They didn't stop making biscuits with the Democrats, okay? When the Democrats are done for and nobody votes for them and they lose elections, I'm sure you can still go find you some biscuits at Publix, all right? Publix, I heard, makes great biscuits. The Democrats don't have the only supply of biscuits. You can put in your resume today and go get you some biscuits from somebody else. You gonna live, Grandpa. Calm down. Goodness gracious. But that right there is what we be talking about, fam. How long these people been doing that type of stuff? Wanting to literally fight you. That's some rolling stuff. Fam, you go ahead and say something about the Democrats, they're gonna be trying to fight. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be wilding the hell out. You know, you lucky. Hey, also that was your grandfather. Now, not everybody is gonna let you talk to him like that. Now, I'm just gonna give you that heads up, Gramps. All right, you ain't everybody's grandpa. So be very cautious. I think they think that they're gonna talk to anybody like that. All right, that's that plantation overseer energy, right? Isn't that plantation sheriff mentality? Not everybody gonna let you talk to them. You better talk to your grandkid like that. Don't come around here talking to mine. That Democratic shilling got a lot of people roughed up. So be very cautious on how you talk to people's kids out here in these streets, because it's real everywhere we go. But family, that ain't the only one. That is not the only one, family. There's a lot of Percy Earls. I mean, Percy Earl is everywhere you turn around. You're going to find you a Percy Earl. Let me show y'all this right here. Yeah, you ain't lying. That buffoonery crazy. Grant need to go ahead and relax. Fam, look at this right here. Fam, that's only one. I'm going to show you another Percy Earl, fam. They make a lot of Percy Earl the same way they make a lot of biscuits. Y'all look at this right here, though. Look at this right here, family. I showed y'all Percy Earl number 1. Right? Well, there's Percy Earl number 2. These Percy Earls come everywhere. They will harm a black person over some catfish nuggets. Fam, look at this Percy Earl who said he don't even want tangibles. He just wants to stop Trump.
I'm a single issue voter. My single issue is Donald Trump. He is the most despicable ass human being walking the face of the earth. And all of y'all out here talking about 3 cents for gas. This man wants to destroy your personhood. And so there's got to be at least one of us out here that ain't explaining about the earned tax credit or the child tax. We're saying that this is a white supremacist who is trying to destroy everything that we have fought for over the last 50 years. And I ain't got time to explain to you every damn detail about policy.
He said he don't want no policy. Fam, he said he don't want no policy. You wonder why black Americans are behind in everything. Because this is the political representation and mentality. He said he don't want policy. He just wants to stop Trump. Or is it, fam, they're telling you they don't care. He just told you. He said, I don't care about nothing. I just want to stop Trump and go get me some catfish nuggets.
That we have fought for over the last 50 years. And I ain't got to explain to you damn opposite. Cannot be with Jesus. You feeling me?
We can talk policy after the election. After, fam, we're the only folks who get told to do things after the election. After the election. Fam, that's like saying we can talk our light bill after they cut it off. This man done lost his mind. And I'm sorry, y'all. Is this the real life Percy Earl? These people are cartoons, man. These people are cartoons, fam. They're not even real. They be talking about some, are y'all outside? Are you real? Are you real?
After we defeat his ass. You feeling me? So that's my point.
That is not your point because you didn't make no points, Grandpa. And the only point you need to do is I need to point to the nursing home so you can get that defeated energy the hell away from us, fam. They said they don't care. They don't give a damn. He said he don't even want no laws. That's what they're doing, fam. They said they don't want. I've never seen nobody else say they don't want any laws. Never. He said we'll just worry about it after the election. And that's what they do. They always take a boogeyman who's the most evil person on the planet Earth. Because before it was Donald Trump, it was Mitt Romney, it was Bob Dole, it was John McCain. It's always the other person from the other party. And they always say how bad and evil they're going to be towards black people. So therefore, that's to get black folks to not question, what are we getting for our vote? You're not getting stop Donald Trump as a tangible. That's not a tangible, okay? Stopping the next guy, J.D. Vance, Marco Rubio, that's not a tangible. Stopping Donald Trump is not going to pay our bills. Stopping J.D. Vance is not going to pay our bills. Stopping Marco Rubio is not going to pay our bills. Stopping the opposing party is not going to pay your bills. That's not going to help your health care. It's not going to help your finances, your 401k. It's not going to help any of that. It's what the people in power do for you. And then once you vote for them and say they do win, then they just say, oh, thanks, goodbye. We ain't going to do nothing for you now, but I appreciate the vote. The Democrats think they slick, boy. Boy, it ain't even that slick, is it? Fam, it's old, it's easy. These people are real cheap hustlers. Cheap hustlers, fam. Because you know what they'll end up doing, right? The Democrats will play all these games with you all damn day long. And then you know what happens, fam? They'll tell you how they're going to do all these things for you. And if you vote for them, you'll be good to go. And then once you vote for them and then they get power, they'll just deny there's even a problem. Think about it, fam. How many times do they just deny that there's even an issue? You be like, what about the sun? Well, what you mean, sun? You know, that hot thing in the sky that burns us if we stand? Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, what about a car? A car? What's a car? You know the thing with 4 tires, you got to put gas in it and drive? What driving it? I don't know what no damn car is. You're down looking at you cold now. What's a damn car? Here talking about a car in the sun. I don't know what either one of those are. They'll just go into denial. See, they'll lie. And then when you finally get them, they'll just deny it, fam. How many times do Roland Martin run around here and tell us that we have a hate crime law? You got to remember that, fam. They don't deny that we should get a hate crime law. They tell us we already have a hate crime law. They've already told us we already have reparations. They'll just deny it, fam. They'll just deny it. You say, hey, can I get a computer? What's a damn computer? You know, it's got like keys on it. You know what I'm saying? You can log on to the internet. What the hell is the internet? He talking about a damn computer and the internet and a car and the sun. He talking about a damn door. Can I get a job? What's a damn job? I don't even know what a job is, man. You sound like a Russian bot. Y'all know what it is? They'll just go into straight denial, fam. There ain't no winning with these people. They will deny you all day long, and then they'll just act like something doesn't exist. They'll be like, no. Roland swears we have a hate crime law. He swears we got a hate crime law, family. Therefore, now they just tell us we already have it, so why fight for it? Why should we even fight for it? You already have one. I mean, nobody believes it except for him, but he swears by God we have one, fam. You know what I'm saying? Can I get a new pair of shoes? What the hell you talking about shoes? I don't know what that is. You got that from Russia, didn't you? You was over there talking to Vladimir Putin, wasn't you? You them damn FBAs, don't you? Fam, you know what I'm talking about. And they will consistently do this, and they'll have you in that perpetual state forever, for life. And this is why we just jump on over. Fam, let me tell you something. Don't ever wait for a liar to lie to you. Identify you're dealing with a liar and then just treat them accordingly, okay? Remember, the great DMX said it best. He said, trust everybody to be themselves and trust in the fact that you can see them well. Fam, you can see the Democrats well. I mean, you can see Roland well. I mean, he takes up a whole block. So you can see the Democrats very well. And what we're doing, family, is that we're trusting them to be themselves. No longer are we on the waiting list. We're not waiting for the Democrats to be exposed. We're not trying to figure them out. We've already figured them out. I told y'all, fam, we're not gatekeeping. It's gate kept, all right? It's not F around and find out. It's F around and found out. We've already got all our answers, so we're moving accordingly. The Democratic Party and the plantation does not work for certified foundational Black Americans. Therefore, certified foundational Black Americans are separate. You are not the owners of our community. You're not a relative of our community. You are not the slave masters of our community. And if we criticize the Democrats, that does not equal criticizing the Black community. If a Puerto Rican criticizes you, that's not seen as somebody criticizing the Puerto Rican community. If an Asian criticizes the Democrats, nobody says he's criticizing the Asian community. How come whenever we have dissension or criticism towards the Democrats, somehow they make it look like we're having dissension or criticism towards ourselves? Why? Because they've allowed the Democratic Party to be so intertwined and tangled up with us. And what we've done, the best thing we always do when we see a tether, we untether their asses. So now everybody has to live on their own, and they can't come around here being that Democrat in disguise. And really, you are pro-liberal, but you're disguising yourself as pro-Black. Everybody's getting exposed in this generation, family. I don't care if you got the smallest lie. Somebody gonna see it. Somebody gonna regulate your ass. And once you get checked, you'll never come back. And that's what's happening right now to the Democratic establishment. And yes, absolutely. Let me go there about Barack Obama. It all started with Barack Obama. They thought Barack Obama was the beginning of the Democrats having a 100-year stranglehold on black folks. What it really was, it was the beginning of the end. That's really what it is. Do you see how ignorant and foolish these people are? They're running around here thinking that Barack Obama was going to be the person that kept black folks subdued for the next 100 years. In reality, Barack Obama was the person who exposed the Democrats and highlighted their con game and all their hustles to black America. It all started with Barack. The W liberal understands this. The black-faced Democrat doesn't. This is why the W liberals don't rock with Barack Obama. We've seen how Barack Obama hustled his way into our community. This man's not even a black American, okay? We've seen how that man was running around acting like he was from O Block in Southside Chicago. And then you come to find out this man wasn't around black folks until he was in Ivy League. Okay. Barack Obama was never around black folks. Fam, how many black Americans are in Hawaii today? And then I'll ask you, how many black folks do you think were in Hawaii in the 1970s and the 1980s? And remember, fam, after he left Hawaii, he went directly into an Ivy League school. How many black folks are there? Barack Obama was never in or around black America until he became an op of black America and he infiltrated the black American community. Absolutely. That's Barry. Okay. And Barry was very shady and black Americans exposed it and called it out. And we seen how everybody said that this man wasn't going to do nothing for us. And then he did nothing. And we also seen how he said he wasn't going to do nothing. Remember, fam, way before Kamala Harris said she wasn't going to do nothing for us, Barack Obama said he wasn't going to do nothing for us. So voila, there you go. And then remember this as well. Not only did Barack Obama not do anything for black Americans, we sat back and watched Barack Obama do everything for everybody else. See, black Americans, we're not the fools that the Democrats take us for. See, the Democrats went and they got them a bunch of Sambos, and they think those Sambos are reflective of 50 million of us. They're finding out the hard way that it's not everything. They're finding out the hard way. They're finding out the hard way you can't con us. They're finding out the hard way you can't hoodwink us. They're finding out the hard way that they're not going to play us, not to our face, not around us, not anyway. And black Americans are exposing them to the maximum. And then you guys remember, we broke this down before. You guys remember when they used to say, wait until his second term? That's a hidden history in black America that people don't really bring up. You guys remember that, fam? Remember, just wait until his second term. Then he's going to do something. Man, that damn second term came and went. Let me tell you what happened during his second term. Trayvon Martin, Mike Brown, Corinne Gaines, Sandra Bland, Jordan Davis. Remember, y'all, all of those black folks that were getting unalived, Barack Obama and his Justice Department, another tether, Eric Holder, they sat back and did nothing. However, they actually did something for the people who were doing the unaliving. So they were writing all of those hate crime bills and protections. They were just doing it for the people who were producing all of the hate and didn't need the protection. Barack Obama is the person who started this decline of the Democratic establishment. Barack Obama is the person that highlighted how Black America said, we're done with y'all. This is why whenever they bring up Barack Obama today, they got to go way back in time to talk about success. Let's talk about it right now. How well is Barack Obama standing in the Black American community? It's about the same as Kamala Harris's, 0. All right. And that 0 don't make you a hero. So foundational Black Americans have exposed all of that. And now we're sitting back and watching it and boom. And let me tell you about Barack Obama. The liberals don't rock with Barack Obama. See, Barack Obama came around the time when we realized that they were using Martin Luther King against us. Barack Obama was supposed to replace Dr. Martin Luther King as some type of prop that the W community could weaponize against Black people. Remember, fam, there's Dr. Martin Luther King, and then there's Whiten Luther King or Token Luther King. Token Luther King and Whiten Luther King are not Dr. Martin Luther King. Those are two characters that the dominant society contrived to weaponize and to keep Black folks subdued for years. And around the time that Black folks got hip to this and we started to really reclaim MLK's legacy, then they gave us Barack Obama. And they said, we rode the Whiten Luther King train for about 50 years. Now let's use this Barack Obama train for the next 50 years. And it only lasted for about 5. That's what really happened. And you can thank Certified Foundational Black America and the grassroots for all of that. So Barack Obama was supposed to be the person that rocked us to sleep. And in reality, Barack Obama is the one who made us start to delineate. Barack Obama is the main reason why we delineate, because we started looking at this man's paperwork and saying, this man's not a black American. This dude is a Mayo and a Kenyan. I mean, you can't get further away from black America than this guy. And then we started to see the way he acted, the way he moved, the way he tried to hustle us. And we further stepped away. And then we started to call out the whole damn party. So we started to call out the Democrats and the Tethercrats, both of them simultaneously. And you can thank Barack Obama for it. Because think about it, y'all. I have a dream. That was yes, we can. Think about it, y'all. It was I have a dream. Anytime W's wanted to hustle black folks. Well, Martin Luther King had a dream. You're not going to stand up and ask for nothing, are you? And then it turned into, well, Barack Obama said, yes, we can. You're not going to ask for nothing, are you? And I said it at the rally for reparations in Washington, D.C. I said we went from the yes, we can era to the hell to the no era. It's a big difference. In Certified Foundational Black Americans, as I always say, we appear courtesy of ourselves, nobody else. Let me show y'all this right here, family. Shout out to the whole team. Shout out to the whole team all damn day long. These individuals think they slick, right? They think they got something. Jumping on tables and everything that you see right there. Fam, the reason why they're jumping on tables, because they're not going to have any food on their table. Black Alpha said it, and I meant it, and I'll say it again. The reason why they're jumping on tables is because they're about to have no food on their table. So that right there tells you everything you need to know about that political party. Fam, they done pulled out Two-Tooth Luke, and the Two-Tooth crew. Fam, Luke is out here melting down. I don't know if y'all been following this guy, because nobody follows this guy and no one knows this guy. But family, when they bring out Two-Tooth Luke, you know they in a world of trouble.
That's why when those people, racism is still here. Racism is still here. Racism is still here.
Racism. Fam, he didn't even get it right. Racisms. He done threw some Z's in it. Racisms is still here. Racisms is still there. Racisms is still near. Fam, you still got two teeth. Step your game up if you're trying to talk. He done ruined his own intro.
Why? When those people, racism is still here. Racism is still here. Racism is still here. It has not went anywhere. What Donald Trump has showed everybody right now to this day is that it exists. That's why when those people get on my Twitter, on X, and I make a comment about defending African Americans, and the first thing some of these white nationalists or some of these white people who don't know that they're racist, the first thing they, Luke, why it's got to always be about race? And then I have some brothers be on there talking about, Luke, why it's always got to be about race? Why you always got to make it a black and white issue? Well, I have a lot of white friends and I tweet about some white things, but they don't gravitate to that. They'll take one or two tweets about something, me defending black people, because I know my history and I know where they're going with that. It is about black and white. We live in a racist country. A very racist, ain't the
Whoa, we live in a racist country, Luke? Hold on. Wait a minute. Did I hear that correct? Hold on.
A very racist, ain't some things have changed. It is about black and white. We live in a racist country. It is about black and white. We live in a racist country.
We live in a racist country? 1 year ago, Kamala said this.
Well, first of all, no, I don't think America is a racist country. 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 Well, first of all, no, I don't think America is a racist country.
Whoa, family. What changed, brothers and sisters? I'm asking the certified. Luke said that we live in a racist country. The old dinosaur number 337, he said it's the Civil War. The other dinosaur, number 552, he said it's going to be slavery again. The other dinosaur, number 665, he said that we're all going to get deported. And now Kamala said that we don't live in a racist country. So I'm wondering, y'all, how was it not racist last year, but it's racist this year? Somebody let me know in the chat because I need a certified to tap me in because I'm confused on how America can just flip-flop from being racist to not racist. What's the difference, brothers and sisters?
I don't think America is a racist country. I don't think America is a racist country. I don't think America is a racist country. Well, first of all, no, I don't think America is a racist country. I don't.
Damn, family. Very, very interesting that America got racist very, very quick. But when we were saying it, they said that it wasn't. When we was calling it out, they said, why? When we were saying, hold on now, we need to fix supremacy, they was tripping on us left and right. So family, I'm just saying though, like, how come it became a racist country out of nowhere? How come they told us that it wasn't racist? Y'all notice, family? Whenever the Democrats are in office, they say America's not a racist country. So therefore, whenever the Black American grassroots calls out the system of supremacy and says that we need a hate crime protection, they don't have to do nothing because, you know, it's a not racist country. Whenever we say that we need reparations in the form of cash payments for building the wealth of America, they say you don't need reparations. Why? Because it's not a racist country. Anytime a foundational Black America says that we need a hate crime protection, we need some type of policy, some type of benefit, some type of tangible that exclusively and directly benefits us, they say Black folks don't need it. We say why? Because the Democrats say it's not a racist country. Every time a Democrat is in office, they say America is not racist. They say it's post-racial America. Remember when Barack Obama, and I put the emphasis on ho, remember when he was president? All he said was post-racial America. They had all types of articles, all types of news specials, all types of breakdowns, and they told us racism went away. Racism was a thing of the past. And remember, fam, they were actually blaming Black folks for bringing up racism. They was telling us it ain't the W man, it's y'all in that damn rap music. So every time the Democrats are in office, they tell us there is no race problem, so they cannot give us any type of benefits or tangibles to prevent us from being race victims. There you go. But then every time a Republican's in office, they tell us how bad and racist America is, so they can scare us to go vote for them so they can get in office and write those race protections for everybody other than us. This is Certified 101, and you're now rocking with the best of all time, family, Black Alpha. They know what it is. They can't see through us. We see right through them. We win every damn day. Nice try. This is easy, fam. This is real easy. And a lot of people think that they're going to get one off on us. Nah. See, we remember it, y'all. I know for a fact. It's when a Republican's in office, America's racist. When the Democrats in office, America's not racist. That's what it is. And remember, it was always the Democrats telling us this stuff. The Democrats were the ones telling us America's not racist. It wasn't the Republicans saying that stuff, fam. It was the Democrats saying it. The Democrats were the ones running around here saying America's post-racial. Everything is better now. How many of y'all remember we got a Black president, so we can't talk about supremacy no more? How many of y'all remember that? I know you do. Anybody who was alive remembers that. And if you weren't alive, go back and watch the clips the cameras was rolling. The Democrats said that we can't complain about racism or supremacy because there's a Black president. Because, you know, a Black tethercrat who's not really a Black person can come around here and it all goes away. Because, you know, giving us a Kenyan and a Mayo makes racism go away in America, according to the Democrats. And that's exactly the game plan that they ran on us. And family, they've been running around here for how long? Talking about John Lewis. Oh, John Lewis and the Edmund Pettit Bridge now. They were doing this right here, fam. Trying to get on some John Lewis talk. Trying to talk like John Lewis. John Lewis now, man, we got to give all the credit to John Lewis. Fam, let me tell you something about John Lewis, as they always want to bring up John Lewis. John Lewis was running around here, and he was saying that it was the post-racial America too. Isn't it funny? Isn't it funny they want to use John Lewis's name right now to talk about how racist America is today? But when John Lewis was alive, John Lewis said it was a post-racial America as well. John Lewis wasn't running around here fighting against the system of supremacy and fighting against racism. John Lewis was telling Black Americans that we needed to calm down. John Lewis was telling Black Americans that racism was a thing of the past. John Lewis was telling us that racism went away on Edmund Pettis Bridge in the civil rights era. That's why John Lewis never talked about the millions of Black folks who were unalive unjustly based on being black his whole life after he became a Democrat. Notice this, fam. John Lewis only talked about the civil rights era. John Lewis didn't talk about the 1980s. John Lewis didn't talk about the 1990s. John Lewis didn't talk about the 2000s. John Lewis skipped over all those black bodies to bring up Selma. And then when he brought up Selma, he only brought up Selma to tell us how better things have become. Remember this, family. The only people who were calling out racism and the system of supremacy were the foundational Black American grassroots. We've been calling out the system of supremacy from day one to right now, 24/7, 365 in every single aspect, in every single corridor. We've been calling out the Democrats, the Republicans, the conservatives, the liberals. We've been calling out the ones that wear red, the ones that wear blue. We've been calling out the anti-black tethers. We've been calling out the domestic ops. Anybody who practices anti-black American racism or hatred or vitriol or spite or jealousy or envy, the certified Black American grassroots have been calling them out while everybody else was hushed. They only bring up anti-blackness or racism when it has some type of benefit for them getting votes and winning an election. We call it out 24/7, 365 because we some riders and we don't play them games, and you F around, you're going to find out. They all take breaks from saying it. They all hide from saying it. They all deny it. Foundational Black Americans, we bring it to the forefront because our ancestors gave us the green light to keep on riding. And that's exactly what we doing, family. We riding on everybody. Good, bad, anything in between. If you are anti-Black American, your ass is getting called out 24/7, 365. Y'all watch this right here. This is John Lewis, y'all. Oh, yeah, you know the John Lewis that they running around here talking about John Lewis? All they talk about, we got to get a Voter Rights Act. What about John Lewis? What about John Lewis? What about John Lewis? I'm going to show you John Lewis and how John Lewis was running around here talking about racism got better. And if you want to argue with him, he said, come take a walk in his shoes. Because, you know, he acted like he was the only person on the planet Earth who ever had to deal with the system of supremacy. Let me say this about John Lewis. And let me say this about all them old, outdated COONs. You ain't have no ownership over being victimized because you Black. Let me make that clear. I'm done with the days of the boule where they acted like the experience of being targeted because you have Black skin belonged to them and them only. Okay. John Lewis, his experience is not the supreme experience of a Black person. All right. Jesse Jackson wasn't the supreme experience of being a Black person. All of us been dealing with this for years since we were born, our parents, our grandparents, so on and so forth. The further back you go in our family tree, ain't no boule got no ownership over Blackness or the Black experience. And John Lewis, he said, if you didn't think racism got better, you need to come take a walk in his shoes. Oh, blackity, blackity, Black Alpha got some receipts for that ass. Regulators, mount up.
We are in a much better place. When I hear people say nothing has changed, I just want to say, come and walk in my shoes.
Wait, we're here in a much better place. Y'all say nothing has changed? Come take a walk in my shoes. That ain't what they saying today. Today they said it's slavery again. Today they said it's a civil war. Today they said it's Jim Crow 2.0. What happened? That ain't what John Lewis was saying. John Lewis passed away saying that race problems went away. And if you didn't believe him, you need to come take a walk in his shoes, as if we don't know what it's like to be Black. And he did. Like he had some special antidote or story that we ain't got. Hell no.
We are in a much better place. When I hear people say nothing has changed, I just want to say, come and walk in my shoes. The signs that I saw when I was growing up, they're gone. They will not return. The only places our children and their children will see those signs will be in a book, on a video, or in a museum.
He said the signs you've seen growing up are gone and they'll never return. So basically he said supremacy was gone and it will never return. Who you think put up the Jim Crow signs? The supremacists. So if you say that the signs are gone, you said supremacy was gone, John Lewis. You see what I'm talking about? And it's funny though, family, because all this week, all this year, they've been running around here telling us that right there. That's not what John Lewis said. They've been running around here with this clown right here. That's not what John Lewis said. They've been running around here with this Mayo. That's not what John Lewis said. They've been running around here with catfish nuggets. That's not what John Lewis said. John Lewis told us that all of the racism went away. All the signs have been dropped. So we don't need y'all to tell us how bad it is, because John Lewis told us how good it is. Y'all know what it is when you see it. Call it all the way out. He said they'll never come back.
I saw when I was growing up, they're gone. And they will not return. The only places our children and their children will see those signs will be in a book, on a video, or in a museum.
So you had to go to his museum. He said all this so he can promote his museum. Fam, just because they took down the signs doesn't mean that supremacy went away. I told y'all, the whole world plays this game where supremacy goes away. The only people who know supremacy doesn't go away are the certified foundational Black American grassroots. Watch it again.
From the movement, it's almost too much. To see people that I was arrested with, jailed with, beaten with, we were a family, a band of brothers and sisters. We bled together. So to see them here, it's very moving. From the time that I was a little boy, growing up in rural Alabama, until the time I walked across the bridge in Selma in 1965, that became known as Black Assembly. I hope that people, all people, but especially children and young people that pass through this museum will be inspired. My folks have told me over and over again when I would ask them about those signs, white waiting, colored waiting, white only, colored only. They would say, that's the way it is. Don't get in the way, don't get in trouble. But Dr. King and Rosa Parks inspired me to get in trouble, good trouble. And maybe, just maybe, this museum would inspire another generation of young people to get in trouble, good trouble. Young people to get in trouble, good trouble, trouble, good trouble, trouble, good trouble, necessary trouble.
There you go, family. There you go. Good trouble, necessary trouble. There it is, family. You see it. I see it. We see it. You know it. I know it. We all know it. Everybody on the planet plays this game that supremacy takes breaks and takes time off, except for certified foundational Black American in the grassroots, fam. We're the ones who always talk about it consistently being there. They think when the signs go away, it goes away. We say sign or no sign, these people are still anti-Black supremacists. They don't say those things. They always denounce foundational Black Americans standing on business, and they always threw a flag in the sky every single time that a W would wink at them. Y'all know what it is. You've seen it. And that was John Lewis saying it. But then they'll turn around today and tell us that, we need to get us this hate crime protection for everybody except for us. So basically they say that racism exists. It only exists when it's harming somebody other than Black folks. And family, when I tell everybody that this is how these folks operate and how they function and how these people ain't worth shit, I mean it. I mean it, and I mean it thoroughly. Because family, you got to understand this. The Democrats are willing to crash out before they'll ever do anything with Black Americans. I'm here to tell you guys that, okay? The Democratic Party will announce that they're going out of business tomorrow, and they'll happily go out of business. I mean, they'll throw a press conference, they'll be eating damn popcorn, they'll have catering, and they'll say, everybody, we're officially closing the Democratic Party before they'll ever do anything for Black Americans. They will have a happy press conference. Everybody will be glad. They'll be high-fiving. They'll be doing the damn ballroom dance, if that means that they don't have to do anything for Black folks. This little thing where we need to get into the Democratic Party and we need to take it over and we need to infiltrate it and turn it into blackness, that's never going to happen, fam. They will cut the lights off and pull the plugs out the wall before they ever do anything for Black Americans, because that's just how they are and they function, because their mission statement since day one has always been to bamboozle Black Americans, to hustle Black Americans, and to run interference on Black Americans. And now they're living in an era where Black Americans don't play none of that, because the power is within us. Remember, y'all, this time a year ago, they were begging Black Americans to save illegals from deportation. Now they're begging Black Americans to save them from the unemployment line. Do you see who's got the power? The same ones who've always had the power. That be us, certified foundational Black Americans, grassroots style. Let me show y'all this right here too. They sending out everybody, family. Sending out everybody. Good, good, good. Send them all out. Send them out. Because y'all know what happened? Y'all know what happened, right? They send them all out. They send all these people. Y'all know what we do? We knock them out every single time, family. First round. Look at this. Here we go. They done send out Benjamin Crump, and Benjamin Crump says that we use the must mouth and everybody gonna get a hate crime protection because Trayvon Martin. Watch this right here, fam.
I'm Civil Rights Attorney Ben Crump, and I come before you to talk about something that's just tragic, something that's so reprehensible that we are not surprised, but it's still disturbing that the enemies of equality have finally achieved their objective of eviscerating the Voting Rights Act of 1965. They have been seeking to do this since 1965. Shame on you, America. You have the blood of Martin Luther King and Congressman John Lewis and civil rights icon Fannie Lou Hamer and so many others who fought and died.
In less than 1 minute, he went back to the 1960s, y'all. I told you, they cannot address us publicly today.
To help make America live up to its promise of equal justice under the law for all Americans, meaning the Constitution should apply to all Americans. But with that,
all Americans, fam, here you go. Here come the all Americans.
They have achieved this miscarriage of justice in every sense of the word. I mean, getting rid of the Section 5 of the Voting Rights Act with Shelby County versus Holder, the United States Supreme Court gutted the pre-clearance that was designed to prevent the discrimination before it happened, to prevent the gerrymandering, to prevent the voter ID laws that tried to intimidate black and brown voters. You know, all these aspects of trying to change
black and brown,
change the rules and move the goalposts when we tried to vote. And now just last week, the United States Supreme Court, led by the Trump-appointed judges and the conservatives who have long been on the bench, they have finally gutted Section 2 of the Voters' Rights.
Fam, does he look scared and defeated, y'all? Does this man look petrified, family? I want y'all to see the inner spirit of these people. I want you to see how afraid they are, y'all. And then I want you to enjoy how afraid they are. Because remember, they get joy in putting our names in their campaign ads so we can enjoy seeing them scared. Let me go ahead and just cut the sound. Let me cut the sound. First off, you can barely understand what this man's saying in the first damn place. But family, look at this. Does he look scared? Look how concerned this man looks. I'm just scared. I'm just so shook right now. I can't speak English. Sound like I'm biting on my tongue when I talk. I ain't won a case. I'm a laughing stock. My head look like a milk dud that was left in a car and is melting in July. I ain't gonna get no crumbs. Butter biscuit crumb chump. I can't get a woman, never been seen with a woman. I still ain't seen my wife. I still ain't seen him at all. I'm just afraid and don't know what's gonna happen. I am a BWOB. Okay, that's what I am. I'm a bum without a biscuit. Or excuse me, in his case, a biscuit. There you go, family. That's what you get with him. That's what he's saying. That's the translation. I know the translation meter's off a little bit, y'all. You know what I'm saying? But that's what he's really saying. He's saying he is a bum without a biscuit. And there's a lot of bums without biscuits, family. There's a lot of them running around. They're very afraid. And they should be very afraid because at this point, family, Black Americans have so much power over the Democratic establishment. See, that's the poetic nature of all of this. The very, very poetic fact is that the people who've always disrespected us, insulted us, and undermined us are the same people who have to run to us for protection and for assistance. Seems like that's the way of the world. Immigrants come over here and they disrespect foundational Black Americans, and then they run to foundational Black Americans for protection. The Democrats, they disrespect foundational Black Americans, and then they run to foundational Black Americans for protection. I mean, you name every single group in this country, whether that be a political party or whether that be a status, everybody runs to Black America, but Black America doesn't run to them because Black America runs this country. Trust me when I tell you. That's the most beautiful part about it. And we doing it boldly, y'all. We doing it with style. We styling on it when we loving it because our joy makes everybody mad. So family, look how we win in that situation. If our joy makes everybody mad, then damn it, I love being joyous. And then I love seeing them mad. So we win both ways. We get to be happy and we get to see these people crash out. Foundational Black Americans were the winner. It's just now everybody's starting to realize it. And we knew it from the jump. See, we're not waiting around for anybody to figure it out, to come to a conclusion, to get it in their brain. We don't give a damn. We make up our mind, we go. This is the FBA Renaissance. This is the Foundational Black American Reparations generation. This is Certified Black Society. But this is also the real-time era. Yes, which means we going to get paid in real time. We're going to get money in real time, and we will check your ass in real time. Taking no shorts, no losses, 0 F's given, F around and find out. That's the mantra. That's the motto. And we make it look damn good. Family, and speaking of damn good, boy, we got some good looking brothers and sisters, don't we? Boy, let me just shout out to the Certifieds, fam. You know, hate comes in a lot of ways. It comes in jealousy. It comes in anger. It comes in vitriol. But let me tell you, a lot of this stuff is we just look better than everybody. Black Americans look better than everybody. I mean, you want to talk about facial features, style, hair. You want to talk about clothing, our bop, our two-step, the way we move. I mean, damn, we just win in every way, fam. We some good-looking brothers and sisters, y'all. I was checking out the chat. I was like, boy, we got some real certifieds up in here. We got some beautiful sisters in the house. We got some fly brothers in the house. You know what I'm saying? We in a packed house. This is just what it is, man, because it's our house. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't in the house. They asses can't find a house. But there's a nice dumpster over there, and they're all going to be there. And that dumpster is going to have about, I don't know, 50, 60, 70, 80, more people there because that unemployment line is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Because remember, y'all, this is all about them losing their jobs, and we stay on our jobs. So let's get this right. If you're keeping count, and I love to keep count because I'm going to count 10. Family, we look good, we feel good, we smell good, we ride, we shine, we grind, and all of these other people, they're running out of time. Fam, look at this right here. As we go down the list, yes, indeed, we got bars for days, baby. Bars for days. Let me show y'all this. This is so fun right here, fam. And we number one. Certified Foundational Black Americans. We talking that language right now. Certified Foundational Black Americans. We got that talk. You know what I'm saying? Yes, indeed. Every day. Yeah, they mad, family. That's why they always run around here saying, don't I look like an FBA? Notice you ain't seen not net FBA talking about we look like them. Let me tell you, if everybody wants to look like you, you look the best. But here's the kicker. We already know we look the best and they don't look like us. There you go. Fam, this sister right here held it down. Shout out to this sister, fam. She put the Democratic Party on notice because I tell everybody the grassroots energy is capturing the hearts and minds of Black society. The grassroots energy is taking over. Everybody sounds like us. Everybody talks like us. They're losing the battle of influence. And Foundational Black Americans step right to the plate, and we about to knock this one out the park. Talk to him, sister. Talk your talk, Black woman. There they go.
I'm back again, talking about these damn Democrats. Democrats don't give a damn about Foundational Black Americans. And if y'all don't see this and don't wake up, we will never get nothing. We will never get our reparations. They've been selling us a hope and a wish and a promise for years. And still, they have not gave us our reparations. And it's not hard. But they all through the United States showing us their ass. Showing us. They telling us. And when people tell you this is who we are, you have to believe them the first time. Because that's who they are. They're not going to change. The only way they're going to change is if we make them change. And how you make hard-head, no good ass bastards like these change, you hold that vote. See, they depend on your vote. They know you're going to vote. So now it's time for us to hold our vote. It's time for the Foundational Black Americans to come together, and nobody should vote Democrat. Not saying to vote Republicans, because they got their agenda too. They some assholes too. But we've been standing and supporting these Democrats, so we got to make them do right by us, or we're not going to vote. So we're going to hold our vote. We're going to stay at home. We're not giving the Democrats our vote until we see some tangibles. We want our reparations. Now, the Congressional Black Caucus came out last month with their full chest, proud, standing with the chief from Africa. And they asking for $90 billion from the slave trade. They asking for 90 billion reparations. And our Black Caucus is giving them their full support. Now, the Black Caucus is powerful. They're going to get that 90 billion. You wait and see. Now, this is what, about the third or fourth time Africans getting reparations? Obama gave them 33 billion when he was in the White House. Some went for reparations and some went to help do some things in Africa. Running water, lights, helping them. Everybody get to get reparations but us. And they all out in the streets showing us what they doing. They ain't hiding it. Y'all can keep illegal immigrants, spending billions of dollars on them. And now you finna stand for the UN, United Nations Africans from Ghana to get 90 billion in our face. And y'all haven't got our reparations and we put y'all in them positions. And foundational Black Americans, y'all don't see this shit and y'all ain't mad.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Tell it, sister, tell it, sister, tell it, my elder. Yeah, there they go. Right there. Fam, let's talk that talk. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Family, that's the energy that all Black Americans are having. They got a bigger problem on their hand. See, they thought the grassroots was just a section of us. Fam, are y'all noticing that the grassroots narratives and talking points are sentiments that are actually going across all lines in our community? People that may have not talked like that years ago are talking like that now, because for the first time in American history, the grassroots controls the Black community. It was always essential that one of the COONs had to control the Black community. This is how you got people of color, Black and brown, African American, Boule, all that done. RIB, resting in bushmeat. All of that's a wrap. Now, the foundational Black American grassroots run stuff. So everybody's petrified. Fam, this is a bigger problem for them, and this is better for us. And the greatest thing that we're doing, now you're starting to see the elders, they showing up, showing out. You starting to see the extra youth showing up and showing out, and all of us in between. We showing up and we showing out, and we all have a unified, consistent message. And like our beautiful foundational Black Americans always say, family, they done effed around and found out. And that's exactly what's happening right here today, constantly. And as our sister just put it right there, folks is mad, and folks are mad in a different kind of way. See, we're mad because we ain't playing no more. Brothers and sisters are tired of seeing that. Brothers and sisters are tired of seeing the disrespect. You only gonna call us out of our name about one damn time. And they done it one time too many. So now we sitting here and we regulating and we mounting up. And now that we're talking about regulators, family, let me send a shout out to all my certified foundational Black Americans, okay? I done got all the emails about our regulator tour. And anybody who wants to send me emails, hit me up. You'll be getting all your responses here tonight, because all that stuff is like money, baby. It's green lit. And let me tell you why it's green lit, family, because there's something that's went on, and I had an epiphany the other day. Matter of fact, I was talking to my brother Church. Everybody subscribe to my brother Church. He in the building, in the place. Ballers going ball in, and haters going hate. Absolutely, the spell is breaking. Yes, indeed, and we done broke that spell, and we done threw it right back at him. Let me tell you the most essential part, and how not only do we have the power of influence, now we also have the power of action, because we are men and women of action. Brothers and sisters of action. Not yapping, action. Big difference. We big time players. Let me tell you what's happening right now, family. The pull-ups. Let's talk about the power of the pull-ups, family. The power of the pull-ups is something so phenomenal. And the reason being is because the Democrats have to pretend to be our representatives. They have to. They need it. They have to pretend to be the representatives of Black America. So therefore, they can take Black America and steer us in directions that we don't need to go. They can steer us in places that we don't want to go at. Now, family, since we pulled up on them, we have created a distinction. And now we've created an autonomy and an independence. Now the foundational Black American grassroots are seen as an independent voter bloc and social bloc. We're seen as separate from the Democrats. See, whenever we're not in the same room as them, they can just walk in and pretend that they own us. They can talk on behalf of us. It's when we're in the same room with them and we looking at them in their eyes, like I was looking in Kamala's eyes, and you've seen her eyes, family. She was scared. She was scared, fam. Only thing she seen was a damn foundational Black American man, and she was thinking about that bottle of Punjabi liquor that she was going to drink that night. But she wanted to get as far the hell away from me as she possibly could. See, when you're in the same place with these people, they can no longer act like they're speaking for us. And this is the power of the pull-up. When brothers and sisters show up and say, they don't talk for us, we talk for ourselves. What I'm always saying, fam, we appear courtesy of foundational Black America, the grassroots. Now everybody's saying, damn, the grassroots is its own entity. The grassroots is its own block. The grassroots is separate. The grassroots ain't got no damn spokesperson. Don't no political party talk for the Black American grassroots. And now it's known because we done confronted these people and been in the same room. Had we not been in the same room with Al Sharpton, with all of those Ghanaians, me with Kamala Harris, they would have walked around and just pretended that they were us. They can't talk like they are us anymore, family. Because when they're talking like they are us, the real us is going to show up, and we're going to check all of that and let it be known that we represent ourselves and we are one of a kind like nobody else. That's the power of the pull-ups. The pull-ups create a distinction between your false representative, your false civil rights cosplayer, and the real McCoy. And that's what foundational Black Americans are in the grassroots, fam. And this is why we went viral. See, we taking advantage of going viral in this social media world. So what happens is they walk around all day long and talk all that talk. They run around all damn day long having a fake Holy Ghost as a fake preacher and trying to pretend like they're us, trying to use our ancestors while they abuse us currently. And then we walk into the damn room. Certified brothers, certified sisters. And we say, nope, foundational Black America grassroots here, y'all. And we here to run out all the imposters. Now they're seen as imposters. And then once you press send and it goes viral, everybody sees it now. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. So everybody knows now that the foundational Black American grassroots is our own independent entity. And we have no political representation from nobody, no social representation from nobody. When the Africans run around here and they say they are us, we check them. Everybody sees there's a difference. When the Democrats run around here and they say they are us, we check them. Everybody sees the difference. Do you see the difference? Do you see the difference between somebody talking about you when you ain't present, opposed to how they shook when you show up? That's what we've done. And more brothers and sisters that start popping up and going to these places, it builds power. And the power has built and has reached a crescendo. And that's where we are, and that's where we stand right now. I want to see brothers and sisters across all 50 states start showing up and go to these places. Because let me tell y'all, had the brothers and sisters in New York not pulled up, them folks would have walked around and act like they was ours. Had I not pulled up, Kamala would have gave that same help speech. No one would have solved nothing. That's why she ain't want no cameras. I went viral. Now everybody knows that the foundational Black American grassroots, not only are we an independent bloc, we a big damn deal too. We a big deal. And what that does now, that shuts down and cancels anybody being an imposter. That shuts down anybody pertaining to our community. That shuts down anybody acting like they could speak for us. Fam, when you walk around all damn day long, and you're riding around in something that's fake, fake looks real fake when real walks into the place. So right now, the Democrats can no longer pretend that they're our representatives is because the foundational Black American grassroots is so loud. Why you think they wanted to keep you voiceless? Because you got the loudest voice. Why you think they wanted to keep you powerless? Because you're the most powerful. Why you think they don't never want us to have a seat at the table? Because they need that seat at the table. They want the seat at the table so much they jumping on tables because they're about to get fired. They never wanted us to be there for representation. They wanted to be there to represent us, but you can't represent what you're not. So now the foundational Black American grassroots snatched all of that back. And that is the power of the pull-ups. Let me tell y'all, we done pulled up and put ourselves in position now that we have outdone years of voting blue. The pull-ups have been more powerful than voting for the Democratic Party. I'm going to say that one more time. The pull-ups in the last year have made more impact and been more powerful than 60 years of voting for the Democrats. 60 years of voting for the Democrats made the Democrats think that we are their property. 1 year of pulling up shows the whole damn world that they're not. We won that battle. We won that debate. We won that situation, and we're going to continue to win. So the pull-ups are strong, and this is why I tell everybody, if you got an email for Black Alpha about the event, hit me up, because that is green lit like money falling from the sky, baby. We're going to make it rain. Trust me. And the more we put that out there, people is going to turn on their social media, and they're going to say, damn, the grassroots is there again. They different. Damn, there goes Certified Black Society. They different. Damn, there go them FBAs. They different. And how many times you going to say they different before it goes through your head that they are different? And if we're different, then that means the imposters ain't got nothing. And guess what, family? We got it all, and they ain't got a damn thing. Let me show you even further what we're talking about. Look at this right here, family. These people out here in the streets know that it's certified FBA time, and these people out here in the streets know that we on our certified FBA grind. This is what happens when you break a Democratic plantation. These folks get on national television, and they start melting down, family. And when I say melting down, I mean melting down. Look at this woman right here, family. She's on TikTok. And on TikTok, family, this woman is saying she don't even want to have nothing to do with the Democratic Party no more. Look at this, fam. We're taking these Democratic shields, and now they're looking at the Democratic Party, and they're saying, y'all ain't done nothing for us. We're making their own shields turn against them. Watch this.
This may be a bit controversial. I understand that. But as I watch as the Supreme Court is slowly chipping away at civil rights that my ancestors fought and died for, I don't know why I'm not alarmed at it. And I think it's because I don't even know if I have any motivation to go out and fight for things for other people to benefit from them. And I may feel differently later, and I may just be because I'm so numb to all of this. But when you think about the treatment that Black Americans have received from everybody in this country, everybody in this whole world, why would any Black person be encouraged to do anything further? Because it seems that everything we use our voice for, every fiber of our being, everything that our ancestors fought for, it ended up being able to help several different communities, able to help several different communities.
That sounds like the delineation effect. Who were the first people calling this out? Who were the first people saying, y'all do know we vote for every other community to benefit? You would have never heard this from the Democratic shields. You would have never heard them ever say, how come our vote goes to everybody else? If FBA didn't say it, nobody would have said it. Fam, we got them looking around and saying, how come the Black American vote goes to everybody else? They was going to do this for the next 200 years until we showed up. Now they're sitting there looking and questioning the policies that the Democrats have. Black folks lose everything and the illegals get it. Black folks lose everything and the Skittles get it. That's all certified grassroots talk right there. When I tell y'all the Democrats got a bigger problem on their hand than they realize, that's what I'm talking about. When I tell you that we are winning the battle of influence, that's what I'm talking about. This right here is a Democratic shield. Make no mistake about it. But this Democratic shield wouldn't be questioning the Democratic plantation had FBA not set this MF off right. Family, now they're saying, how come the Blacks get nothing, but everybody else get something? We tried to tell them a long time ago. Now, them chickens done come home to roost. Or excuse me, them biscuits done came home to bake.
Fought for, it ended up being able to help several different communities. And those communities have done nothing but give us their ass to kiss. Those communities have done nothing but pretend that Black people do nothing and we are nothing. So at this time, if we're not able to vote, it's kind of like I'm at a point for like, why would we want to?
Fam, is delineation making the vote blue no matter whose say, why should we even vote? This is why they're scared. This is why they be trying to spam our chats. This is why they be trolling us. This is why they send out the ops, y'all. She's saying, why should she vote? That's what we've been saying. See, they're afraid when we say we're not going to vote. They're really afraid when the shills are starting to question they vote. Are we making the Democratic shills question voting? Do we have a Democratic shield right here saying she doesn't want to vote? Is this woman saying she has no motivation to go vote? They know we gonna say it. They don't expect her to say it though. But guess what? For every one of her, fam, there's gonna be 3 tomorrow. There's gonna be 5 the next day. Because the grassroots is in control and the Democrats have lost control. There's a cultural, generational shift right now. A cultural and generational shift that we're winning.
It's going to benefit other people. If you're not able to vote, it's kind of like I'm at a point for like, why would we want to? Because it's going to benefit other people. And so if you guys are looking at this as some gotcha to the Black community, understand this will affect you much more. Them taking away Black voices doesn't stop Black people from being Black people, but it takes away the very privileges that you come here and overlook Black Americans for. You should be more concerned.
Whoa.
This may be a bit.
That is the complete contradiction of the way that the Democratic plantation is supposed to work. Shout out to my brother in the chat. Come out, Shields, wherever you are. Uh-oh. Sounds like a broken shield. Fam, I heard about 5 different delineation points coming out of a Democratic shield's mouth right there, family. Yes, I did. And it's happening more and more frequently. The more you turn around, the more you start to see these Democrats, and they're showing how broken they are. They're showing they have no power. They're showing that no matter what they do, they cannot influence the foundational Black American community, fam. And that goes back to what I was saying earlier. We got it all locked up, okay? Everything, the style, the energy, the energy. Our energy matches this generation. Theirs doesn't. They're running around here with an old, outdated, broken, comical, trashy ass 1960s energy. We're running around here with a modernized energy, a modernized flow. We are more into this world today. We are touching every single aspect of society. We're connecting with people that we would have never, ever seen before. This is what happens when somebody's dusty and musty and always rusty, when they standing next to people who fly, shine, and own the grind. They're going to lose every damn day. You cannot compete with this, fam. The movement is fly. How many of you guys remember when the grassroots was very stale? It was very stiff. It ain't have no energy. It didn't have no focus. Y'all remember that back in the day, fam? Where the grassroots and the conscious community was boring. It was boring as hell. Fam, now the conscious community doesn't exist. It's the grassroots community. And the grassroots community is an energy that everybody relates to. I have people hit me up all the time. Hey, Black Alpha, I'm 17 years old, bro. I'm rocking with you. A brother hit me up on Instagram, say, hey, man, I'm making a rap album. It's influenced by a lot of the words and stuff you say. Shout out to you, brother. I told you, the world is yours, family. Go ahead and take the world, fam. It's all yours. Grab it by the horns, fam. Shout out to the team. When I was in Washington, D.C., I remember the young brothers coming up to me and dapping me up, saying, yo, we did the energy, man. Is popping. You feel me? That's what it is. And if we're bringing in the elders and we're bringing in the youth and we got it all, fam, who they gonna go get? John Lewis? He ain't here no more. Who they gonna go get? Jesse Jackson? They've invested in a 60 years ago plan. We are invested in right now today. Do you see why they're irrelevant? And do you see why we are front page, all eyes on us? That's what happens. You can't match our energy, fam. It's different, very different. So different that they got these Democratic shields not only questioning voting. How many of y'all seen Broken Buck Kari Seller the other day? He got into a whole battle with a supremacist on CNN just yesterday because he was mad because he couldn't articulate himself. And when he was trying to talk, no one was listening. So family, from Broken Buck Kari Sellers to the Broken Bucks in the Democratic establishment, they all have one thing in common. They're all broken. Look at this right here, family. Broken Buck Kari Sellers had a whole meltdown the other night. Oh, and it was phenomenal, y'all. It was phenomenal. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. Here we go. Look at Broken Buck. He has a whole meltdown.
Ashley and I have to wrestle with the fact that we are going to be the first generation to actually leave this country worse than the one that we inherited. And I think for Black millennials, the progress that our parents and grandparents gave us that we're watching being ripped away from us is something that our generation is going to have to really wrestle with in figuring out how we get out of this conundrum. If somebody fell asleep in 1896 and woke up today in 2026,
he went back to 1896. Fam, notice every clip I show you, within the first 10 seconds, they start bringing up 60, 70, 80, even 100 years ago. Name me one of these clips I played for y'all where within the first paragraph, they don't start talking about the past. They're a party of the past, man. The Democrats are a party of the past. Nobody relates to them right now in the flesh. They're always talking about the 1800s, the 1900s, civil rights, slavery, and then their analogies are broken. This man brought up 1896, and he wonders why in 2026 we got a foot in their ass. Let's go.
Figuring out how we get out of this conundrum. If somebody fell asleep in 1896 and woke up today in 2026, they would simply say the only difference is now Negroes have a TV show and we wear nice suits. Yeah. They swapped out Klan hoods for Brooks Brothers suits. And that is the problem. I mean, Plessy v. Ferguson was 7-1, and it gave birth to 50 years of Jim Crow. What we have with this court right now, what we're seeing is watching people who have fought and died and bled so that we would have access to the ballot box, so that we would have access to our voices being heard in Congress, being ripped away. And I think that there is a casual laughter from people we believe to be our friends on the right who are showing us true colors today.
That's a casual laughter from all of America. The whole American public has been laughing at the Democrats really for the last 5 years. When you put that dinosaur Joe Biden, who was falling asleep and didn't know where he was walking to, in office with Kamala Harris, the border czar, and you brought in all these illegals and Black Americans left your plantation by itself, burnt down, everybody's laughing at y'all. We're really laughing at you now with fake preachers and pastors and singing Negro spirituals. It ain't the people on the right, it's everybody.
Because the most sacred, or one of the most sacred acts you have in the United States of America is the ability to cast a ballot and elect someone and send them to Congress, the State House, or a mayoral seat that represents your interest. And now Black folks throughout the South are being silenced. And I don't find that to be a laughing matter. It was that there are people in this country who fought, died, and bled for the right to vote. Don't be a dick. Just understand.
Okay. Bakari,
just understand.
I'm pointing something out. The Constitution's being upheld. Do you have a problem with that?
Look at him. Look how mad he's getting. You man. Broken Buck. He cussing on TV. That isn't very professional, Broken Buck. You're not conducting yourself with morality, Broken Buck. Where's the ethics, Broken Buck? You out there cursing, you use the D word. Oh my God, does the grassroots have you that angry, Broken Buck? Damn, now your head down, you're angry, you in a state of confusion, you in a tangled web of deception. You mad. This is what happens when you're an outdated party.
It represents your interest, and now Black folks throughout the South are being silenced. And I don't find that to be a laughing matter. It was that there are people in this country who fought, died, and bled for the right to vote. Don't be a dick. Just understand.
Okay. Bakari,
just
I'm not
understand.
A dick. I'm pointing something out. The Constitution is being upheld. Do you have a problem with that? Do you have a problem with the Constitution of the United States of America?
Bakari,
I'm gonna.
Damn.
Have to wrestle with the fact.
Damn. Pick your head up. Look at the host in the eyes when they talking. Look at that man over there mad. Yeah. Stay mad. The Democrats are an old, outdated party. Everything about them, their policies are old, their statements are old, their phrases are old, their marches are old, their Negro spirituals are old. Everything about them is old, and they're not connecting with the modern day Black American citizen. They're not connecting with no citizens. Nobody's running around here saying, hey, let's get down with what's popping, the Democrats. Hey, what's the new wave, the Democrats? They don't have any new ideas. They don't have any new energy. They're still recycling things literally from hundreds of years ago. That's why every time when they talk, within the first 2 minutes, they start bringing up 200 years ago. In the first 1 minute, it's 100 years ago. Damn, if you let them go for 3, they'll be way the hell back in the Jurassic Park. And a lot of their politicians were alive during Jurassic Park. So family, nobody's moving with them, and they're having to deal with the fact that the foundational Black American grassroots has captured the hearts and the minds of America, and everybody is going in our direction. When people talk, you hear them speak like us. They talk our talking points, our narrative, our focus. That's how they are. And the grassroots is in full control and full demand. Nobody's running around here talking about we shall overcome, but the Democrats are over and done. And that'll go for anybody who wants some smoke. We'll hand it out to them one by one, family. You can get it single, you can get it 2 for $5. It don't matter. This is the different wave that we're on. And this era and this generation, fam, come on. The Democrats right now are dial-up internet. Okay, y'all remember dial-up internet? It'd be squeaking and making sounds, and it'd take 10 minutes to go ahead and connect. Fam, they're dial-up internet trying to deal with high speed. I'm sorry, it's just not going to work, okay? They're on a horse and carriage, fam. They're literally a horse and carriage, and we out here in the Lamborghini, all right? It's just what it is. They're in a crop duster. We in a jumbo jet. Everything about them is outdated, and they're going to stay outdated. And you know what happens if you outdated for too long? Eventually, you end up getting passed up, and you eventually passing away. And that's what's happening to the Democratic plantation. And don't be mad at us, family. I'm only being real. Look at this right here, family. These people understand what we talk about to the point where they have to accept it. Watch this woman right here. She goes on a whole tirade. Oh, she mad at us. I'm tell you that today. This woman mad. She's saying, we done spoke it into existence. Yeah, you ain't lying. They vintage as hell. They a damn Polaroid. They ain't even a Polaroid, fam. You know when they take the picture, they have to dip them in the water and all that, the film, fam, that's how they are. But this woman said it's our fault. She said, we done spoke all of the voter rights stuff into existence. And I say, thank you very much.
All of the think pieces, but nobody is speaking what's really real. The my vote don't matter people. Come here. You collectively spoke gerrymandering and redistricting into existence. You spoke gerrymandering and redistricting into existence. Come here. You collectively spoke gerrymandering and redistricting into existence. Your words are spirits. Your words can teleport travel to any place without you physically being there. Your words cause a spiritual warfare our ancestors already shed blood for. You wouldn't go vote. You said
26 seconds, fam. She started bringing up the past. Hit, fam. She done broke the record. I was going to give her at least 30 seconds, 32. 26 seconds, fam, and she went back to slavery. There you go. Yeah, I hear that accent too. Yeah, I hear that. I was wondering if y'all was going to hear that accent, fam. Boy, y'all know I got the tether alert on deck. You give me the word, I'll hit that damn tether alert so damn quick that her hairline will go forward. Don't play with me up in here. All right, let's keep it moving. Oh, hold on now. Tether alert it is then. Damn it, fam. I didn't want to have to, but I will because I should because I could. Tether alert. Your family from? Yeah, I'm getting a real Caribbean vibe. And by the way, I got an update term we about to talk about. I'm getting a Caribbean vibe from this person. And you're right. You right in the chat. Yep, yes indeed. Broken buck car seller. His people from Sierra Leone. He's one of these people who pretends to be from Carolina. Yep.
voting was already fixed, but now it's true. You should feel secondhand shame. Our ancestors went to war to have a seat at the table, and you manifested this out of all of the things you could have manifested. I don't want my children living in a Jim Crow South. All of the think pieces, but nobody is speaking. All of the think pieces, but nobody.
Secondhand shame? We feel no shame because we were correct. We feel no shame because we right. Talking about secondhand shame. What the hell's firsthand shame? Shameful is that you came out here with your hair looking like that. I'm just keeping it real. Shameful is that you had that accent that you thought you was going to hide, but no, don't work that way. So, man, any shame goes on to you. Absolutely. Yeah, whose ancestors are we talking about? Fam, there's a new term that we're going to have to go ahead and speak about because I've been seeing a lot of these people out here running around. Y'all boy got me rolling over here in the chat. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Fam, we're going to have to address this, fam, because there's a lot of people running around. You guys remember when the tethers used to run around and always say they was from New York. And then we would know that New York has a hell of a lot of tethers. And now the tethers started trying to place themselves in the South, right? Y'all been picking up, and they always say Carolina. They always say Carolina. Oh, I'm from Carolina. Where? You know, by the river. What river? The Nile River? Okay, because that ain't in Carolina. So y'all know what I'm talking about, right? The tethers have kind of tried to change their location. That woman was a tether. Just like the woman a couple days ago we showed everybody when she was talking gender stuff, she was a tether. Those are tethers. And I don't know why they think this day and time they're going to be able to like hide their accent. No, that ain't going to work. Fam, now the tethers are always trying to place themselves, you know, where the hell foundational Black Americans' motherland is. And that game ain't working. Absolutely. Chat lit. Chat stay on fire. #1 chat on the planet. Everybody else, get like us. Well, fam, there's a term out there that we're going to have to be very, very cautious for. And it's a new term I come up with. Because we used to call out all the people from New York, and then they say they're from the South because they want to place themselves in our motherland. That's really what they want to do. They want to say, well, we're from the South. That, I guess, makes them feel that they're more of a Black American. I think they think that they can hide in the South because you notice, y'all, they can go up there to New York and they can have the New York accent. And then they could be like, well, who's who now? This is the New York accent. They try to hide behind a Southern accent. Fam, y'all know, like I know, you ain't hiding behind no Southern accent. The Southern accent, and I'm talking about all of the Southern accents, certified salute to beautiful Memphis, certified salute to St. Louis, certified salute to Texas, to Alabama, Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, both Carolinas, Georgia, Florida, Virginia, all of the above, the whole DMV. Y'all know what it is. You know what I mean. You can't hide behind no Southern accent. The Southern accent is just something different. So Tether's coming down here now, and they're trying to hide behind the Southern accent. That ain't going to work. Well, there's a lot of people now, Tethers, and these Tethers are trying to say, well, you know, I'm full-blood Choctaw, or my grandma was full-blood Choctaw. Y'all notice now they go wherever we go? Y'all notice that now? How many times have y'all seen these Tethers, and they're trying to now talk about having full-blood Choctaw or full-blood Seminole, full-blood Cherokee? Now you notice the same Tethers that were always trying to call us pretendians. Y'all notice now they're trying to act like they have full-blood Native American, foundational Black American, Aboriginal, indigenous blood in them. Y'all notice that now? You got people straight from Africa talking about some, I'm full-blood Choctaw nigga. Full-blood. I'm talking full-blood from 0 to 7. You know, because they can't count. I'm full-blood. Yeah, nah, bruh. No. I see Texas, certified salute. Yeah, they know now that foundational Black Americans have shut down all the $2 Tonto. They know we've taken our position as the true indigenous Aboriginal people of the United States of America. So now the Tethers went from New York to the South. Now they're trying to be native Aboriginal Black Americans now. Y'all been noticing that? Yeah, Gullah Geechee, they all trying to hide and slide behind that. Be very cautious, fam. You got a lot of these people pretending and proclaiming that they full blood, or their grandma was full blood, or their grandpa was full blood, Choctaw, the Cherokee. They asses is from Zimbabwe. And they were the main ones trying to call us pretendians. They're going everywhere because, like I said, trying to tether onto us now, they know we're going to catch it. So they're trying to go back further with their tethering. So be very cautious. And then there's something else I want everybody to be cautious with these tethers. A lot of these tethers are people who come from Africa. And then you got people who come from the Caribbean. But family, there's a new term that Black Alpha is going to put on the table today. And, you know, when somebody lies, we like to say they capping, right? You capping? Well, we're going to start calling these people caps because they asses is capping. And let me tell you what a cap is. That is a Caribbean African person. Yes. And if it's plural, it is a Caribbean African people. Yes. And they all are capping out here because there's a hell of a lot of Africans who go to Haiti and Jamaica and the Bahamas, and then they come over here. And when they get over here, they try to act like they full-blood Choctaw or Cherokee, and really they just a cap, a Caribbean African person. Yes. Because I remember a time when the Caribbean African folks, they used to always try to get mad at us and kind of clown us. Remember, fam, when they would always be like, y'all only got 2% of the Africans in the slave trade. Remember, that used to kind of be them getting clout on us. They thought they was like winning some type of battle. They was like, well, we had the majority of the slaves. Y'all only had 2%. Now you notice, fam, they want to have 2% and they want us to have the majority. No, Y'all was running around here like you was Billy Badass when you was trying to make it look like it was a bad thing to have 2%, 1% of the slave trade. Now you want to come over here to the United States of America and say, oh, we all black, brother. It was just a boat ride. We got dropped off first. Nope. Y'all remember that? Oh, yeah, we're going to uncover everything here tonight, and we're going to set it off right. I remember a time when Caribbean people and African people used to kind of disparage black Americans and say that we didn't have a high percentage of the slaves, the slave trade. Let me tell you, black Americans have the slave bloodline in us as much as the percentage of slaves who came here, which means 1 to 2%, family. We had 1 to 2% of them, which means we have maybe 0% at all. Because remember, y'all, a lot of them stayed with each other. And foundational black Americans, as the indigenous people, we didn't intermix with nobody. Remember that, family. Remember that. So what I'm telling you is this. Those of us who do have the people who are from the slave trade bloodline in them, it's only 1 to 2%. And then there's millions of us who have no intermixing, because remember, the people who didn't intermix, we were the Choctaws, and we were the Cherokees, and we were the Aboriginals. That's why we don't be seeing Africans in our bloodline, family. Yes, indeed. Now, I can't say the same thing for them because they are Caps, Caribbean African people. That's why you have a lot of people who are in Haiti who look just like they came from Zimbabwe. A lot of people who are in Jamaica who look like they came right here from Nigeria. If you want to talk about the African people in the Caribbean, there's a lot of people in Africa that came to the Caribbean and they didn't mix with nobody. Do you know the African percentage in the Caribbean? I'm talking about full blood Africans that did not intermix with nobody who was on those islands. Do you know the percentage, family? Fam, there's a lot of Caribbean Africans. We're going to have to say this now. Fam, think about a lot of those folks. Wyclef, he's from Haiti. Wyclef looks just like he got off the boat from Africa, just like yesterday. Go look at the people in the Caribbean and look at their phenotype. Their phenotype is heavily African. You know why? It's because those 90% of people that came from the slave trade that they loved so much years ago, when they was trying to say, y'all ain't got none, now they want to flip-flop. A lot of those Africans, they only intermix with each other. They have a lot of untouched African people over there. We have a lot of untouched Aboriginal indigenous people. So one more time, let me double up and bring it back. We have untouched Aboriginal indigenous Black Americans who did not intermix at all with Africans here in America. They have a bunch of Africans who got off that boat who did not intermix with nobody. So they stayed full-blooded African. There's a lot of full-blooded Africans in the Caribbean. There's a lot of full-blooded Aboriginal indigenous Black Americans here in the United States. So do you see indigenous Aboriginal with us, Caribbean African people with them? I'm telling y'all, they be telling lies in the skies and they be capping Caribbean African people. That's why when you see these folks show up and they be like, I'm from the Caribbean, and you be like, you sure you from the Caribbean? You look like you from Africa. A lot of them are from the Caribbean. They're that 90% of slaves that went there and never mixed with nobody. So those are the Caps, y'all, the Caribbean African people. And then you have the African people. But those people aren't our people, because our people, we have always been right here in the winner's circle. You ain't got to like it. You ain't got to love it, but you better respect it, because you damn sure can't check it. Put that one in the lexicon, fam. You have Caribbean African people. And you got a lot of them now trying to claim that they're indigenous. No, the hell they're not. No, you're not. You may be indigenous, all right, to the Caribbean. You may be indigenous to Africa, but I'm going to tell you where you ain't indigenous to is the United States of America. And speaking of the United States of America, our home, the place where our family roam, yeah, they be looking African and say, fam, how many of y'all be seeing them damn Caribbeans and they be looking super African? When you see a Caribbean and they look super African, I'm telling y'all, those are Caribbean African people who came in the slave trade and they maintain all their Africanness. This is why Bobby Hemmett used to always talk about how we were different. Black Americans, I'm about to start preaching. Bobby Hemmett used to always talk about how we were so different and how the Caribbean and Africa still had this big connection because they had the tropics, right? They still had that tropical connection. And then at the same time, those Africans came by the flocks to the Caribbean. And a lot of those Africans in the Caribbean, they didn't intermix with nobody. They stayed full-blooded African. The Caribbeans, they have a lot of full-blooded Africans, fam. There's no full-blooded Africans here indigenous to America, but there's a hell of a lot of full-blooded African people who have been there for hundreds of years, fam. The Caribbean guy, yeah, Kodak Black. Kodak Black, fam, if he came to you right now, you wouldn't know if Kodak Black was a Haitian or he was a Cap, a Caribbean African. Let's be real, y'all. You wouldn't tell the damn difference. You know the difference with us. This is why you can tell the difference with a Black American opposed to a Caribbean African or an African African. The Caribbean has millions of full-blooded Africans, millions of them. That's why a Caribbean person and an African person, you can't tell. Shabba Ranks, fam. Shabba Ranks, man, fam, if he didn't do all that, fam, you wouldn't know where he was from. Shabba Ranks damn near looked like Burner Boy. Let's be real, fam. Come, fam. Certified Black society. Okay, they don't look like the Jackson 5. Okay, they don't look like the Jackson 5. They don't look like Tito or Randy. Okay, they don't look like the Jackson 5. The Black American phenotype is exactly that, the American phenotype. The Caribbean and the African, that starts to intermix and weave and all that, fam. You don't be knowing who some of these Caribbean people are. A lot of them Caribbean people, I'm telling you right now, are full-blooded Africans. Some of them intermix with the colonizer. Some of them intermix with some of the people on the island, and some of them never intermix. If you went right now and did a DNA study, you're going to find African Caribbeans that never intermix with nobody. They're just as full-blooded African as somebody who came here last night, but they came here in the transatlantic slave trade. Black Americans, on the other hand, you do ours, and you're going to see just a bunch of different indigenous tribes. You're going to see indigenous tribe. That's the reason why they don't ever really want to deal with us, and they got to play games with the DNA, fam, because when they've done true DNA studies on Black Americans, let me tell you where the DNA bloodlines go to, just to another part of America. Boy, Black Alpha on with the night, boy. I told you, we in here tonight, baby. We in here knocking them out all damn day, full speed, fam. Whenever they do DNA test with Black Americans, our markers just go to other areas within America. Because I told y'all, our admixtures come from different tribes in America. Family, we've been here for hundreds of thousands of years in all different climates. So when we see Black Americans with all different looks, we got chocolate, we got caramel, we got light brown, we got yellow, red bone, all of these different looks that Black Americans have, they don't come from the white colonizer. They don't come from the Caribbean. They come from just different indigenous tribes in America, meaning you have an Aboriginal tribe that's in Kentucky. Eventually, they intermix with an Aboriginal tribe in Florida. They intermix with an Aboriginal tribe in Louisiana. They intermix with an Aboriginal tribe in Kansas. Fam, that's 4 or 5 different Aboriginal tribes in 4 or 5 different climates. You goddamn right they're going to come out with all different colors. And you know what those colors look like? Those colors look just like our family reunion. A bunch of different foundational Black Americans family come in all different shapes and sizes. The reason why they don't really want to go there about our DNA is because when they did DNA samples of Black America, our markers didn't go to Africa. Our markers just went to different places in America. But Black Alpha's too real for the field, family, and we too cool for school, baby. Let's go. Family, when we holding it down and we break it down, I'm going to show y'all some more stuff that we want to talk about. And by the way, let me throw this out there real quick since we in here deep, 2.4 thousand. Fam, I'm filming a movie, okay? And I need some brothers and sisters to plug me in. If you live by mounds, like indigenous mounds, please hit me up. We have the Bilbo mounds down here in Savannah, but they're covered in marsh or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So I'm doing a real good piece. I'm breaking it down, a series, and I need some brothers and sisters who are real certified, who live by mounds. I know they're all across the United States of America. I know Kentucky, Ohio. There's some in Augusta, which is really the ones I want to go to. But please email me if you know exactly where some mounds are that we can tap into, fam, because I want to do a real deep dive and breakdown of the mounds. And by the way, you notice, fam, the mounds are the oldest things in the United States of America, and Mr. $2 Tonto never talks about them because it's not his story. Those are ours. So please hit me up, family. I definitely, if you got any intel, you know how to plug it all in. Be my plug, baby. Be my plug. Let me know something, because I want to go out there and I want to film some stuff and get some real documentation about the mounds and just different historical places. But that right there, I really want to touch it, because the Bilbo mounds in Savannah, them things are thousands of years old, but it's covered by so much marsh and so much water, you know what I'm saying? And I don't really want to be running from no damn saltwater crocodiles or no sharks or none of that stuff, you know what I'm saying? I can swim, but I can't swim that fast, and I'd rather just pass that and just go to some mounds where there's grass, you know what I'm saying? I'm a southerner, you know what I'm saying? So I want to stay away from that. So please tap in with me, fam, if you know where, some are that we have access to so we can double up and bring it back. Family, speaking of doubling up and bringing it all the way back and running the game like we do some, fam, the Democrats are so bad now. There's a guy from a PONK community, and he said he wants to run for president. Yes. So family, as they're bringing up slavery and they're bringing up Jim Crow and they're bringing up Jurassic Park, fam, I'm not even going to tell you who it is. I want to show you a guy who said he's considering running against Kamala Harris in the primaries, and he's considering running for president for the Democratic ticket in 2028. This shows you just how far that party has crashed. Or excuse me, it shows you just how far we have made that party crash. Family, look at your potential Democratic presidential nominee for 2028. There you go, family. Mrs. Don Lemonade says he might throw his name in the hat because he wants to run for president. Watch it, y'all.
All right, away from this ridiculous speculation, would you ever consider running for office?
Yeah, I would. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Wow.
But you're going to go right to friggin' president? Well, why not?
Why not?
All right. Okay.
I mean, I'm a man of a certain age. I've been around long enough. I've worked hard.
Why not?
Why not?
All right. Not.
Why not?
Not.
Why not?
All right. Okay.
I mean, I'm a man of a certain age. I've been around long enough. I've worked hard.
Y'all thought I was playing. Y'all was like, there go Black Alpha again. There he go with them jokes. No, I wish this was a joke. But the inner tubes can't float. Fam, Don Lemon is talking about running for president with the Democrats. Wasn't Stephen A. Smith just saying the same thing? And notice, y'all, the crowd doesn't even clap, cheer, or do anything because they can't believe it.
All right, away from this ridiculous speculation, would you ever consider running for office?
Yeah, I would. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Wow.
But you're going to go right to friggin' president? Well, why not?
Why not?
All right. Okay.
I mean, I'm a man of a certain age. I've been around long enough. I've worked hard. You laugh. I know people laugh, but I'm not.
All right, away from this ridiculous speculation.
See, fam, he even knew they was laughing. When y'all laugh, he was going to say he's serious. He was like, yo, the lady sitting there like, come on, quit playing. The crowd was like, stop playing. He goes, y'all laughing. I'm serious now. I ain't playing no games. I'm going to do it now.
Would you ever consider running for office?
Yeah, I would. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Wow.
But you're going to go right to friggin' president? Well, why not?
Why not?
Well, why not?
Why not?
Not.
Why not?
Don Lemon, are you going to wear a dress?
Why not?
All right.
Why not?
All right.
You too?
Why not?
All right.
Why not?
All right.
Boyfriend?
Why not?
All right.
Why not?
All right.
Husband?
Why not?
All
Cheat
right.
on him?
Why not?
All right.
You got his answer, family. You got his answer. You gonna hop down on the floor when Joe Biden walk in the room?
Why not?
All right. Okay.
I mean, I'm a man of a certain age. I've been around long enough. I've worked hard. You laugh. I know people laugh, but I'm
not.
All
right. Away from this ridiculous speculation.
There you go. Yes, very ridiculous situation. Absolutely. Very, very ridiculous situation. That's what we've done to the Democrats, fam. They running around here talking about Don Lemon. They out here talking about Don Lemon for president, family. What does that tell y'all? You know what I'm saying? Don Lemon, Kamala Harris, y'all. I said it just the other day on my little broadcast, fam. They out here running around and they are living in Mayo matrimony. All right, that's what they're doing, because most of these individuals, they have no connection to Black Americans. That's another thing, fam. We don't listen to these people because, they've been running around here trying to tell us what's best for our community, when reality, they're not even married to anybody in our community, family. They're not married to anybody in our community. How can you tell the Black American community what's good for the Black American community or the Black American family when you ain't got no Black Americans in your family? Okay, you living in Mayo matrimony. All of them got some type of W in their family, and a lot of them ain't Black in the first place. So you got non-Black people with some Mayo living in Miracle Whip matrimony, and they all talking about Black Americans and what we should, could, and wouldn't do. What we're doing is regulating, and what you're doing is making a mockery of yourself. And you go ahead and run Don Lemon. Don Lemon, I'm going to tell you right now, support it. I want you to go ahead and continue to run. I want Kamala Harris to run, and you're going to run that plantation further into the ground more than it already is. But family, when you're talking about running, I'm going to show you a guy who's never ran in his life. Okay, he just couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? To run means you got to have some type of stamina, you know what I'm saying, and not pass out. I'm going to show you a guy who's still running around here talking about running this and running that and all these different things, but he's never ran before. He's never did any exercise, never. But then I'm going to also talk about marriage, and I'm going to talk about how this individual couldn't keep his marriage together. And there's some breaking news over here on the Black Alpha Network, and I'm going to show you guys this individual right here, and I think you know who exactly I'm talking about when I say this individual has never ran. He might have ran to the buffet, but never actually ran anywhere of substance. Y'all say hello to Holden. Holden's been on this campaign trying to get Black Americans to go to war. We're not going to war. Black Americans denounce war of all sorts. Okay. But Roland is running around here talking like this.
Telling you, I have been saying to Black people, this is a declaration of war. This is a declaration of war. What we should see is the largest Black voter mobilization effort since the Voting Rights Act was passed in 1965, as well as since the presidential election of Obama in 2008. The only way to battle this, the only way to beat them is to destroy them, crush them at the ballot box. We must overwhelm the ballot box. That means not 65% or 70% of eligible Black voter turnout. No, it needs to be 80, 85, 90, 95%. They must feel the wrath of Black voters at the ballot box. I'm telling you, I have been saying to Black people.
Damn, war? You talking about war? See, family, this is what we're talking about these damn Democrats. War, like you want to talk about people going to war and all that stuff. You ain't going to go to war at all. But y'all notice this one thing. Let me say this, because you know Roland's always running around here, and he always tells us that we can't have anything specific, right? Ain't that what Roland's always talking about? Because what I told you, fam, they're going to go through the 3 stages of lies. They're going to tell you that if you vote for me, I'm going to do something. And then when you do vote for them, they're going to tell you that they can't do nothing because the Republicans blocked it. And then their final lie, when they've excused and they've exhausted every other one, they're just going to deny something. They're just going to say what is, isn't, and what has happened never happened. Denial is always their last refuge. Well, Roland always runs around and says that we can't have reparations because he says that you can't have race-based reparations. And when we say lineage, then he changes the subject. But family, isn't it funny that they always want to tell us that we can't have race-based reparations, but they want racial districts when it comes to voting? Isn't it funny, fam? Think about that for a minute. They don't want anything to have something to do with Black Americans specifically when it comes to reparations, but they want Black American districts to go vote for them and to keep them in office and allow them to continue to have them seats. Do you see the con game? Let us bring up something that is specific to us. They're going to say, you can't do it. That's race-based. You can't have it lineage-specific. But they don't mind lineage, race-based districts, though. You see the contradiction? Oh, the Democrats, we be on them. We see through every lie that they told, and we see through the lies they're going to tell tomorrow. Because once you see a Democratic shield, you done seen them all, and you know all the excuses. Let it be something that's specific to us, and they're going to tell us that we can't have it because it's specific to us. But let it be some type of district where we can specifically vote for them based on specific race groups and lineage groups. Then they're going to flip-flop. And then when they run around here and they talk about, well, y'all don't say nothing to the Republicans. Our FU to the Republicans is not voting Republican. What more can you ask for? What's the biggest FU you can give to somebody in the political world? Not vote for them. See, the days of them using the Republicans as a cop-out, an excuse, or a shield are over. Don't you see through it, family? The Democrats love using the Republicans as a shield and a cop-out for why they don't serve their number one voter block. That is lie number 557 that we done snatched from their ass. Now you're looking at their hands and their hands is empty. Now you're looking at the trick bag and they can't pull no tricks. We know straight up and down the Democrats love the Republicans because without the Republicans, they wouldn't have anybody that they can use as an excuse for why they don't do nothing for the Black American community. The Democrats need the Republicans because the Republicans have been their excuse for not serving the Black American community and giving us benign neglect for 60 years. It doesn't matter. Just deny it, and blame it on the Republicans. They blame the Republicans for things that the Republicans didn't even block. They blame the Republicans for laws they never even wrote. They blame the Republicans for every single thing and every single time they don't serve us. So now we pointing the finger and saying, you love the Republicans more than you lead on. You love the Republicans more than you openly admit. It sounds like the Republicans are your open partner. See, when you peel back the layers, you start to see that the Republicans and the Democrats ain't nothing but Bopsy twins who try to tell you that they don't look alike. Yes, the Republicans are the Democrats' number one friend because they're their number one excuse. They're their number one cop-out. Without Republicans, the Democrats would have to own up to their benign neglect for the Black American community. So now when they come out and say, well, y'all don't say nothing about the Republicans, we say, well, we didn't vote Republican. And the biggest FU you can give to a party is to not vote for them. And the Republicans have got that message delivered to them. The Republicans know that we've been saying FU to them. Notice that the Democrats won't acknowledge that because they always got to use the Republican excuse. We can't give y'all tangibles, Republicans. We can't give y'all hate crime protection, Republicans. We can't give y'all reparations, Republicans, even though the Democrats came out and said that they do not support reparations. It ain't got to be the Republicans blocking them because they already said that they don't support it. They'll blame the Republicans for blocking things that the Democrats have openly said that they don't support. Roland run around here all damn day long, beep, beep, and saying the Republicans aren't going to give you reparations. Yeah, and neither will the Democrats because the Democrats actually put out a statement that said they don't support it. So the people who don't support it are saying that the people who don't support it are blocking it. Sounds like you're both blocking it because it sounds like both of y'all are friends. Nice try. Family, let me tell you something. Democrats ain't got no more excuses. And that's what you do when you come across the liar. Whenever you come across the liar, you strip them of every excuse that they say. And if you want to know why they're on such hard times right now, it's because we've stripped them from every excuse that they've ever said or the ones they may say later. There's nothing they can get past us. We know you're going to blame the Republicans. We know you're going to talk about Russian bots. Notice, family, with all this discourse, all this confusion, and all this ruckus coming from the Democratic Party, you notice you still ain't heard the Democrats bring up jobs for Black America. You notice they still ain't brought up policies for Black America. The only policies that they're bringing up are policies that keep them in power. This whole voter rights thing is exactly that, voter rights. And what do voters do? They keep the Democrats in power. This has nothing to do with the Black American community. This has everything to do with them keeping their jobs. This has everything to do with them maintaining their fake dictatorship over us. They're just trying to be what they've always been. Just Democrats in disguise, hostile Democrats, dictator Democrats. If it's bad, it's them. And this is what they're trying to do right now, family. And notice this, y'all. The Democrats can't ever address Black Americans as a community, as a society, individually or collectively. They can't ever address us in the present. Never. They'll talk about civil rights. They'll talk about slavery. They'll talk about Jim Crow. They'll go back 100 years, 200 years, 300 years, everything except talk about us now. Everything except for address us specifically. They'll talk about everything that goes on Earth. They'll talk about the moon. They'll talk about the weather. They'll talk about the ball game on TV. If that allows them to not talk about Black Americans in the present, they cannot address us in the present. They don't address us in terms of our livelihood. They don't address us in terms of our functioning in society. They don't address us with finance. They don't address us with healthcare. They don't address Black people in the present. Now, if you ask them to address Black folks from 100 years ago, they'll talk your ear off. You ask them to talk about Black folks 60 years ago, they'll talk their ear off. But they'll never talk about Black people today. So their policies don't address us specifically. They're for all people, including illegals who are not Americans. And then their words and their actions aren't specifically for us. They'll go all the way back to Jurassic Park. They'll start talking about Triceratops and T-Rex. The raptor just ran by. Anything that can get them to not bear the responsibility of addressing Black Americans. So you ain't got to come up with all these lies, justifications, excuses. You ain't got to get mad. You ain't got to get upset for the reason why the Black American community is not turning out to vote for you. The Black American community has made a decision. We're not voting for somebody who can't even look us in the eye and address us specifically in this year and this day. I'm not talking about 100 years ago, 300 years ago. I'm talking about now. We don't need to hear about what our ancestors went through because you notice whenever we bring up our ancestors with reparations, they don't want to talk about it. Whenever we bring up what we went through in terms of reparations, they don't want to talk about it. We've been bringing up our ancestors more than anybody, and they always want to deny it or change the subject. See, they want to bring up our ancestors and not attach it to reparations. I'm here to say this right now. If you bring up foundational Black American ancestors and what they went through, you better put reparations in that sentence or shut the hell up. How about that one? Don't bring up my ancestors and leave out reparations. Don't bring up my ancestors and leave out cash payments. You're not going to talk about everything that they went through and not bring up the fact that everything they went through built this nation and they deserve compensation in the name of cash payments. If you ain't bringing up reparations, don't bring up Black American ancestors. And if you decide to fix your mouth and say that, then you will be classified as an op and you will not get voted for, because we put all ops in one box. And that's the way the game go. Let me show y'all this right here, though, fam. Roland thought he was slick. Yes, he did. Roland has been hiding for a while because Roland's wife left him, and everybody knows this. It's a known fact. Black Alpha, we broke the story. And not only that, but Roland's been doing some real stalkerish behavior. Roland has been sneaking up on his ex-wife, and a lot of people have been looking and saying, well, hold on now, Roland. Leave that woman alone. I understand that she left you for a zaddy because she didn't want you to be her baby daddy. Okay. But family, let me just show you guys. Roland wanted kids, and his wife said she didn't want them. She said she's going to have them, just not with you. Fam, look at some of these disturbing photos that were unearthed from the great researchers here at the Black Alpha Network. Do you guys see the background there? Where everywhere this woman is, Roland Martin ends up showing up. Look at this right here, family. This is Deborah Duncan, the woman who left Roland Martin because she didn't want to be with Roland. She's taking a picture with random Mayo Matt number 7. Look at this guy over here in the background. Why is Roland in the background watching this female? Leave her alone. She moved on, Roland. Damn. She left you. It's okay. Look at her right here with this Bon Jovi knockoff. She's having a great time. She said, Roland, I don't want to be with you. It's my right to not be with you, Roland. You snore when you sleep and it's shaking the house. Okay. Roland is over there in the back. Look at Roland in the back, family. Okay. It's not where's Waldo. It's where's Roland. Where's Roland, fam? Look at this. This man and this woman are sitting there. She's trying to live in Mayo matrimony. That's what she does. Hey, that's her. Okay. Who am I to judge? Roland is in the background looking over the shoulder. Roland, leave this woman alone, fam. Here she is with the child that she had when she left Roland. You know, the child she had with the W man. There's Roland again in the background. I don't know if he was in the bushes. I don't know if he jumped out of a plane. I know he didn't run. So Roland is in the background stalking this woman again. Roland, leave this woman alone. She moved on, Roland. Okay. It's not her fault. She left you with the Democratic plantation. They don't call you back anymore. But damn it, that's your falter. Here she goes again with this young man. They look very happy family. I want to introduce you to the child that could have been for Roland, but she said she didn't want to have him with Roland. There goes Roland in the back again. Roland, I heard he had on a fake mustache, a fake hairline. He had on a fake hairline with a fake weight and a fake hairline. Okay, and then next thing you know, family, he was uncovered stalking this lady and this child, family. This is just unnecessary. Here she goes again with Mayo number 3036. Okay, and there goes Roland again, weighing about 336 pounds. But however, family, he's in the background watching this woman again. I mean, goodness gracious, O'Malley, what have they brought in today? This woman just wants to have a great Mayo time. She says she wants to have her some mayo on her sandwich. Okay. And Roland's in the back and he says, if anybody's going to have a sandwich, it's going to be him. Okay. So there's Roland again, watching this woman. Family, it gets worse. Uh-oh. There goes Neil Hoynier. Family, I want to introduce you to Neil Hoynier. This is the guy who took Roland's old lady. Oh, I'm sorry. He came through in a Mercedes, snatched your old lady. And Roland's never been the same since. Why do you think Roland's so angry today, everybody? Roland is angry because, I mean, if your wife leaves you for somebody named Hoynier, I mean, that might upset you. And Roland's done so much tap dancing, literally, and doing the nay-nay, literally, with Hillary Clinton, he thought that he could be a part of Neil Hoyner's community, and Neil Hoyner gave him a reminder that you'll never be white, okay? And Roland thought white was right, but now Roland had to take flight. So Roland is right there behind that light pole stalking Neil Hoyner. Neil, don't turn around. Keep walking, Neil, okay? Keep walking, Neil, because Roland is getting closer and closer. Here you go, right here. She's with this man. That looks like, I don't know, Joe Biden's cousin, maybe. I don't know yet. Maybe Bill Clinton's brother-in-law. I don't know. But Roland's getting closer and closer, family. Hiding right there over that woman's left shoulder, and they have no clue. Roland has mastered the art of being secretive. Okay, the same way Roland masters the art of being eat-furtive. Okay, I don't know how he does it, but he does it. Family, look at this. She just went to a Mayo convention, and there's 1 little, 2 little, 3 little Mayos, 4 little, 5 little, 6 little Mayos. He's right there with Botox Becky. And somehow Roland snuck his way into this picture. I want you to notice, family, nobody sees Roland. Somehow Roland is in the back and he's hiding. But Roland, by the look of this picture, you were not invited. If you don't leave Deborah Duncan alone, if you don't leave Neil Hoyner alone, and the child that they created because she didn't want you alone, I will be forced to call the authorities. This is why Hillary Clinton don't answer your phone calls no more, Roland, because, family, he is officially Roland the stalker. He went from stalking the buffet line to stalking people with no hairline. But either way, Roland, you're out of line. Thank you very much. Certified Foundational Black America. Family, we done crippled the Democratic Party, done crippled the Democratic plantation. Certified Foundational Black American Grassroots, we win the game. We don't be out here on all of those shenanigans. You know what I'm saying? We stand on certified business. Roland is going to stalk the buffet. He's going to stalk Applebee's and Olive Garden, and he's going to stalk his ex-wife family. But there's nothing we can do about that, okay? But other than alert the authorities, all right? And when the authorities are alerted, they're going to have the same exact statement that they gave the rest of the Democratic shields. They are just bums without a biscuit. So why risk it? Foundational Black Americans ain't got to talk it because we live it. Fam, and since we live in something, I need you. Please, I see you on the chat. Fam, I have a little thing real quick that I want to post up for the fam because I already had this and we got so many different answers from so many different brothers and sisters. And before we check out here tonight, since we still got a packed house, 2.3 thousand people in here because we run the streets, family, I got a question for everybody out there, and I got a certified question, and I'm gonna need some certified answers, family. We was gonna wait till Friday, but we gonna do it today. Listen, I need y'all to pick a row right here, top row, bottom row. We have R. Kelly, Prince, and Usher versus Chris Brown, Marvin Gaye, and Michael Jackson. And you got to go by all the albums, family. All the albums. I need you to give me some answers so we can get some clarity up in here. Because, boy, we had a hell of a lot of different people having a hell of a lot of different discussions. And I'm going to need it right now before I go because I need some answers today. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I see the bottom row, the bottom row, the bottom row. Uh-huh. I see the bottom row, the bottom row, the bottom row, the bottom row. Damn, that's tough. Here we go. Everybody saying where MJ's at. The bottom row, the bottom row, the bottom row. Let's go. I'm keeping count right here. Oh, we keeping count today. Oh, we got one top row. Bottom row is Slaughter. Woo, let's go. Bottom row, one top row. Let's top row if we can get 2. I need 4. Can I get 4 top rows? That's what I need, family. Can I get 4 top rows? Uh-huh. The bottom row, the bottom row, the bottom row. Somebody said the other day, they was like, Alpha, you're going to have to answer. I said, I can't answer because I don't have an answer. So I want to put the answer on everybody else. Bottom row, bottom row, bottom row. Damn, it's about to be a mop up. Yeah, hey, y'all see what I be doing too. I be mixing them up. I try to put like the weakest one with the best ones and then turn around and flip it. Y'all already know how we get down. Uh-huh. Oh, and let me say this. Hold on. Let me, I see y'all. Y'all keep working, fam. Let me just say something real quick. When we do this, fam, why I always have some COON who I think be tethers, y'all, and they be like, why we got to put them in competition, man? We all black, man. How dare you put good black folks in competition? It's just a versus, okay? And I only think a tether would say that. And if you come to a certified foundational Black American chat when we doing our verses and you say something like that, your ass will be blocked and I will kick your ass off the platform. Don't ever come to foundational Black Americans when we having a good discussion about how great we are and hit us with the, man, why we always gonna fight? Somebody was in there talking about like it was black on black crime. Like Marvin Gaye was just gonna come and spray Chris Brown's house up. You know what I'm saying? Like Prince was just gonna punch Michael Jackson and stuff. Fam, it's all certified foundational Black American. Your ass will be blocked if you ever bring that negativity around here. Let's get back to the positivity up in here. Fam. Okay. All right. I see a little movement here now. A little movement. Marvin, Chris. Absolutely. Yep. Yeah, that person ain't coming to the cookout. They probably having a Jollof cookout anyway, because I got a sneaky suspicion that wasn't a Black American. Never. There you go, fam. Yes, we rocking. Oh, y'all in here heavy now. Now we're starting to see some movement. Yep, man, these albums. See, yeah, that Chris Brown, cool, gotcha. But boy, Marvin Gaye and Michael Jackson in the same damn row. That's dangerous. Now, I'm not sleeping on that top row now. That top row gonna have some heavy hitters. You dig? But man, ain't nothing hitting like that right there, fam. Nothing hitting like that. Oh, keep it coming. The bottom row right now is whooping the top row's ass. But the top row is putting in some work. Okay, and this is what I like to see, brothers and sisters. Yes, indeed, brothers and sisters. Keep them coming. Okay, boom. Bottom row. Yep. I'm feeling the vibe. I'm feeling the flow. There it is. Oh, see, they can't do this, fam. You got to have more than one famous person. Afrobeats couldn't do this. Your Afrobeats, I'm sorry. Okay, they say the top row or the bottom row for Afrobeats, and we'll say the no row. How about that one? It'll be the no row for them. Okay, and it's the all rows for us. Yeah, there you go. You ain't lying. Yep. You ain't lying, family. Yep. Yes. There you go. Oh, okay. We got some Prince fans in here tonight. Let's go. I ain't mad at you. I was just watching a documentary about Prince and Michael Jackson. Y'all go look at the story when they was talking about Prince and how he tried to hit Michael Jackson with a car. Y'all ever seen that story? If you ain't ever seen that story, fam, y'all got to check that out. When Prince tried to hit Michael Jackson with a car, man, I'm sorry, it was funny as hell. Prince was on one that day. Damn, Prince was on one. It was funny as ever, y'all. Yeah, that story is hilarious. Any row with Mike, I know that's right. Any row with my fam, I've been listening to Mike every day since I done seen that damn movie. They can't touch it. Oh, yeah. Y'all got to see that. Go type that in, man. Prince was out there. Boy, I don't want to give the story away because I ain't going to be able to tell it as good. I know Teddy Riley and Will.i.am told that story. And your boy was mad as hell. They done pissed off your boy Prince, man. Prince was mad. He's out there trying to hit people with cars. I said, damn, Prince, didn't calm down. You know what I'm saying? It's all gravy, baby. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he was on his thing, fam. He was on it. Yes, he was. Yep, there you go. Good one. Yeah, you remember that? Yeah, I love Prince, boy. Prince, that dude. Prince, let me tell you something. If you consider Michael Jackson's rival, what does that tell you? Yeah, I love me some Prince. I don't put one over the other, fam. They both good to me. They both A1. Just two different styles. Fam. Because, you got to look at it like this. Like, Michael Jackson, he could sing, dance. He could do everything. He could make pop music, R&B music. Prince was just Prince was like a true-to-life musician. So their competition was dope because, like, you really can't choose one. It's like one person can literally write some. What they say, the boy got his own money. When I say he got his own money, he got his own money. You know what I'm saying? Prince was like that. The boy make his own music. When I say make his own music, he make his own music. The man can literally do notes and everything. So the difference that they had made their competition dope because they were just, two different brothers with two different sounds, man. But think about that, man. We had them both at the same time. Only FBA, fam. We can have just two winners at the same time. We always gonna win. You gotta love it, fam. Nobody do music like us. Absolutely. Yeah, this right here is albums. Good shout out. Yeah, this isn't catalogs. Give me these albums that we got on the screen right here, fam. It's those three albums on the top versus those three albums on the bottom. I got something for y'all, though, on Friday. Wait until I pull out on Friday. It's on and crack-a-lacking. We got a good one on Friday, fam. Oh, y'all gonna love Friday's one. I'm gonna pick on Friday. Yeah, Black Alpha gonna pick on Friday. Y'all know I be sitting them out. I'll be over here just watching. I'll be like, y'all pick. There's a couple people be checking me, though. They be like, Black Alpha, get your ass in here. And I'll be ducking, too. I'll be trying to hide. And y'all be like, come on in here. So Friday, I'm going to get involved. Today, not so much. Fam, this one right here is it. Okay, we got top row. You said top row plus Mike. I ain't mad at you. Nope, I ain't mad. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful brothers and sisters. Yep. Yeah, man. I mean, look at all them. Shout out to Chris Brown, too. You know what I'm saying? Because the fact that Chris Brown and Michael Jackson, you know what I'm saying, the comparisons are so strong. You got to love it. You got to love it. That's just what it is, man. Look at all the different vibes and the energies. Listen to the music that was made, you know what I'm saying, from all these different people, you know, from different styles, different flows, different energies. All of that stuff is to be desired, man. Only foundational Black Americans can do this. And let me say this too, fam. Let me say this as well, okay? Prince and Michael Jackson, just two phenomenal artists. Obviously, R. Kelly, Marvin Gaye, phenomenal artists, because a lot of people said that R. Kelly was like the modern day Marvin Gaye. And then obviously Prince and Michael Jackson had a rivalry, and they were, you know, two legends as well. And it's beautiful now, fam, because shout out to Usher and Chris Brown right now for the tour they about to go on. That's going, fam, that is going to destroy. And I'm going to give a shout out to them brothers for doing it, fam, because, you know, people always try to pit them against each other. They always try to pit Usher and Chris Brown against each other, and in a kind of a negative way, because y'all know how fans be sometimes. Fans be like, my artist is more gangster than yours. My artist can beat your artist up. They be almost egging people on to fight. I like when I see two brothers go beyond all that to go get paid. I see people saying, why would Chris Brown go toward Usher? He already selling out arenas. Because they about to sell out every damn thing to get more money. That's why. And maybe they just brothers and they want to hold it down. Shout out to them brothers for doing that, man. That's going to be massive. Man, I don't want to hear nothing about these damn tethers and none of that. Notice they don't never bring it up. Shout out to them brothers, because in a lot of ways, Usher and Chris Brown are more the modern day Michael Jackson and Prince. Not saying they're as good, that's up to whatever. I'm talking about in terms of the roles of the two heavyweights kind of in R&B and Black American music. They're kind of the same, man. So shout out to those two, man. Yeah, that's going to be phenomenal. I'm with any foundational Black American energy. I'm with any, I know some people got certain things in them, but I'm for any foundational Black American vibrations, man, that people put on and put out, man. Go and get your money, man, and go beyond that. Sometimes it's a good thing for two brothers and two sisters to get together, a brother and a sister get together. Man, they want 100 million different reasons to get us feuding and fight, man. You need to go get paid. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of artists from back in the day where they let that nonsense get in the way, man. Go get money, man. You know what I'm saying? Go get money and build. Building with your brother and sister is always better than tearing down with your brother and sister. It's not in our nature to tear each other down. It's in our nature to build up, fam. You know how we built America? You can't build America unless you built up your relationship with your brother and sister. A single man don't build no country. A single woman don't build no country. It's us collectively, man. So shout out to them brothers for doing that. That's going to be massive. I cannot wait to see everything that comes out with those numbers. Those numbers are going to be insane. You ain't going to hear about no damn Afro. Hell, you don't hear about that now, but you ain't about to hear none of them folks when all of this come out, man. No, it's going to be one for the ages. Yes. Let me see what else. Here we go. Let me see. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Yep. Back at it. Yep. So, fam, I think it's clear that the bottom row won by a knockout. I'm saying about the third, fourth round. It was a knockout. It definitely was. You know what I'm saying? It was a knockout. The top row threw a couple hooks, but it just couldn't hold on. You know what I'm saying? He said he's still choosing the top. I ain't mad at that, family. You know what I'm saying? That's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Choose the top. The top is always a good one right there. You know what I'm saying? You can't. That's the thing about us foundationals, man. You can't lose, family. We refuse to lose. Okay? We paying our dues in this game that we choose, so we refuse to lose. Shout out to everybody. That's what I like. Yes, good stuff. Good stuff. And then let me bring something back too, fam. Let me ask this question to all my certified sisters. Did y'all have a good Mother's Day? I hope you did. I hope you all had a great Mother's Day. I wanted to put this up, family. This is something I sent a great shout out. You know what I'm saying? Okay, shout out Marvin Gaye all day. Yep. I want to send a shout out to all of our foundational Black American sisters for Mother's Day that just passed. You know what I'm saying? If you guys seen, I wrote a big comment, and I just wanted to let everybody know nothing can compare to a foundational Black American woman at all. You know what I mean? And this picture right there, it exemplifies the energy that certified foundational Black American women have been through. A special shout out to our brother who said he just lost his mother, I want to say on April 30th. Much love and respect, fam. You know we got you, brother. Always, fam. Always, 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 always. Much love to you, family. So shout out to all my sisters, you dig? And let me say this as well. And let Black Alpha holler at you real quick, real fast, and hurry. Listen, if I ever post something about a foundational Black American woman and I post it on Mother's Day, and you ever bring your dusty punk ass into one of my comment sections and say, well, what about Father's Day? What about the Black men's? Fuck you. and I will delete you and I will block you and you will never come back to my page again. You better keep that blue pill, green pill, orange pill shit the hell over there. When I'm talking about my certified sisters, your ass shuts the hell up. So that is word to the wise for anybody who want to slide and want to take our positive energy and bring in the negative energy. Fam, you don't know about Black Alpha, I'm all about positive energy, okay? Especially when I'm talking about my sisters, okay? So when I'm talking about my sisters and I'm bigging my sisters up, don't come up in here with that clown-ish, because you will be removed, you will be deleted, you will be erased, just like your mama did. So, fam, shout out to all my certified foundational Black American sisters. Y'all stand on business and do your MF thing. All my foundational Black American brothers, we gonna do our MF thing. And when we get together, we gonna do our thing together. So it looks like single, together, collective, brother, sister, king, queen, goddess, God, aunt, uncle, niece, nephew, husband, wife. We always win, family. See, here's the kicker. When you come to the table, and you got a bunch of Black Americans all together, you always win. When you come to the table and you got Black Americans on this side and then Black Americans on that side, you always win. See, what we do, fam, we flood the zone with foundational Black Americans. So the only answer is going to be foundational Black American. The only winner will be foundational Black American. That's what all these other people do, fam. What do the other people do? The other people always try to make it one mayo, two mayo. So either way, mayo wins. One taco, one taco. Either way, taco wins. That's what Black Alpha does. We push all them out and we keep it all FBA, fam. So if all the options are FBA and all the options come from us, then the only winners got to come from us. See, fam, that's simple mathematics. And if your math ain't mapping, you need to get you a calculator, okay? And figure out how that map goes and then connect the dots, because we can't connect them for you. It's foundational Black American brothers and sisters and kings, queens, goddess and gods, and we stand together, fam, and we're going to always stand together. So certified salute to all of our foundational Black American sisters. Y'all continue to stand on business. You continue to be the personification of beauty, strength, and soul. And you know Black Alpha always going to ride for you, and I'm always ride with you, and we always going to ride together. And the same go for my brothers, man. So that's a beautiful thing, because when I talk about the sisters, I talk about the sisters collectively with the brothers. When I talk about the brothers, I talk about the brothers collectively with the sisters. And when I talk about us, I talk about us because there's only us. And let me do this as well. And I want to send a special one. Everybody out there, this right here goes out to a beautiful, beautiful, special, the most special, most beautiful person ever in the world. This goes out to you, Banker. I know you're watching. Certified salute. I love you with a passion, baby. Right here.
1, 2, 3. I want to say happy birthday to you. Blow out your candle, close your eyes and make that wish, think about it. Hey, blow out your candle, close your eyes and make that wish, think about it. And blow out your candle, close your eyes and make that wish. Let's go. 1, hey, 2, hey, 1, 2, 3, go.
One, two, three, go. Certified salute. Much love, baby. Much love to everybody. Everybody who had a birthday coming up, the one around the corner, any family members, much love and respect, fam. We always bring positive energy up in here, fam. Always. That's what Black Alpha is always about, man. I always want to appeal to the average, everyday, foundational Black American, you know what I mean, with nothing but love and positive energy. That's what it's all about. Positive energy conquers everything, fam. So when you deal with me, it's always going to be positive. It's always going to be love, fam. We always going to uplift each other. If one's down, everybody go. Each one teach one. We all do a little. We all do a lot. And if you appeal to the strong-minded, average, everyday brother and sister, you're going to live forever, family. The people who crash out are the ones who appeal to the negative vibe. The people who have nothing going, for the jealousy and the envy. When you appeal to that, you go exactly where that goes, and that's nowhere fast. When you appeal to the beauty and the essence of our people as we are, then you go forever, fam. And not even the sky's the limit, y'all. Ain't no limit. So I send that to you, to your loved ones. Health is wealth, and don't put your health on the shelf for nobody else. Take care of yourself, family. Therefore, you'll be able to take care of your loved ones. And I'm sending nothing but grace and beautiful blessings to all of you and all of your loved ones. Please email me. We're going to do the regulated tour, family. It's always green lit, and I'm always your brother, and I'm always ride with you. And there's plenty of perks when you're riding with the Black Alpha Network, fam. So I love you guys with a passion. I really enjoyed this episode. Y'all know how it go, man. I live for this. I live for you guys. And without y'all, I ain't nothing, man. So much love and respect. Much blessings to you. You guys stay good. I can't wait to see y'all again on Friday. We got some, special things that we're going to have popping off in between time, fam. And the summer is ours. This year is ours because the country's ours and the world is ours. Number one megastar, certified salute, Black Alpha. Always remember, no matter where you are, no matter where you go, no matter where you at, that black is beautiful and beautiful is always black. Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. And Tupac, bring us home, family.
Kid, what y'all think? If you whatever the fuck you think you are, and until we own some shit, I'ma call it like it is. How you gonna be a man and we starving? Go ahead. You know? And you can walk by 5 different houses, ain't a man in either one of them motherfuckers. How we gonna be a man? How we gonna be